heard. God bless the great state of Ohio and this honorable court. You may be seated.
Good morning. Welcome to Lawrence County Municipal Court. Today is Good Friday, April the 18th. We have reviews to do first, so we'll call those for people who are working on court orders. When your name's called, come up to the table to your right. We're going to review your file with you. And then if you don't get called and you think you should have, go check in at the clerk's office. Call reviews.
David Abrams, Michaela Baker, Jordan Bartram, Daniel Bryson, Jennifer Cooper, Corey Easton, Stephen Fletcher.
David Abrams, 20-2197. David Abrams. Okay, David Abrams and Paul does not appear. There will be a warrant issued for failure to appear. Michaela Baker. 24-754, I'm sorry. How do you pronounce your first name?
Michaela.
Michaela, okay. Baker, and this is 24-754. You've been at Southern Hope, are you still there?
I have completed that.
Okay. Is Michael here today?
I have not seen him, Your Honor.
I've got the certificate on my phone if you would like to see that.
Okay, I need it to print it off.
Your Honor, if I may, he did turn community service in this morning also.
Okay. It looks appropriate. We'll need that file with the court.
Okay.
You need a copy.
Okay.
All right, do you know how many hours you turned in?
I've got like 16 left.
Okay, are you making a payment on your file today?
I did this morning, Your Honor.
Online or?
Yes.
Okay, because it's not showing you.
Okay. I've had COVID and I just now starting to bounce back from that.
Okay. Okay, I'm going to go, yours is a newer case, I'm going to go into June for you for your next hearing. Are you working, sir?
Yes, I am. Fridays are my best days.
Okay. I'll set your next hearing for June 13. If you get everything finished by then, you don't have to come back.
Okay.
And we need a copy of your certificate.
Okay, can I fax it or?
However you can get it into the file.
Okay, all right. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Jordan Bartram, 24-757. Fines are paid. One of the reasons I said today, you were going to surrender the dog in question. Is that correct?
Yeah, yes, sir. And we, the day of, I took him to the Ironton pound, and he went through a week's evaluation, got evaluated, and was deemed to be able to go to somebody else. So that whole transition's already happened.
Okay. So it's not, the dog's not coming back to your location, it's going someplace else.
Correct.
Okay. The only thing you've got left to do then, you got
I think it's
4 days of community service left. One
Yep.
showing, is that right?
Yeah, yes, sir.
Okay, that's got to get done. And for everyone, May the 3rd is a double day, credit day for community service. It's a Saturday. You can come here. You get 2 days credit for doing 1 day. It's a township cleanup day. So if you want to do that, you get 2 days credit. Yours is a newer case also. Are you working?
Yes, sir. Absolutely.
Mondays or Fridays? When's your best date for coming back?
Either one, I can make it work.
June 13th, and you should get it done before then. If you get it done,
Yeah,
you don't
absolutely.
have to come back.
Yeah,
June
absolutely.
13th, 9 o'clock, get your community service done, and you don't have to come back.
Yes, sir.
Daniel Bryson. All right, Mr. Bryson is here. You just have to pay on your fines. Do you have a payment on your fine today?
I do.
How much are you paying?
$40.
All right, see the clerk. Are you working?
I am.
Mondays or Fridays for your?
Mondays.
Mondays are better?
Yes, sir.
May 19th, that's a Monday. May 19th, 9 o'clock. Get it paid off, you can put it coming for these hearings. See the clerk.
Understood. Thank you.
You're right. Jennifer Cooper, 23-506, 23-11-27. She's at RRS. Okay, well, the report says you were positive for alcohol, and I'm sure you're not supposed to be taking that with you to Northland, right?
Yeah, it was, I told her it was my anniversary and I went to Applebee's. It was just that one-time thing. I didn't think it would, just that one drink.
Do you have a payment on your fines today?
I have been to community service to pay off my fines. I've already done 2 or 3 days to pay off my fines.
That is correct, I believe, Your Honor.
You said May 3rd was a double day?
Yes.
Okay.
May 19th will be your next review hearing, 9 o'clock. Corey Easton, 24-247, 24-222. She's in Lawrence County Recovery. That's a good report. Good job.
Thank you.
Can you pay anything on your fine?
I'm paying 20 on it today.
Okay. And I know you're working now. Does it matter which day you come back for review?
Friday is good.
Fridays are better. I'll set it for the 23rd, May
Okay.
23rd. your next hearing. 9 o'clock, see the clerk to make your appointment.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome. Stephen Fletcher is 23-705. Okay, and you have restitution, you've done your community service, you have fines too, so some of this has to be paid, but you have been making monthly payments. Do you have a payment for that?
Yes, sir.
How much are you paying?
100.
Okay, go see the clerk to make that payment. Does it matter if it's Mondays or Fridays?
Fridays.
May 23rd.
23rd.
23rd, that's a
I
Friday.
have a safety meeting at work that Friday.
Okay, May 16th,
Okay.
that's a Friday. May 16th, go see the clerk about making your payment.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Jamie L. Rowe, Agnes Sexton, Denise Sexton, William R. Tony, Michael J. Ward, Aiden Young.
Jamie Rowe,
Yes, Your Honor.
case
I'm
number.
currently at ODP.
Okay, your case numbers are 17-1253, 18-2418, 25-736. I do have a report from ODP in my hand saying you are a patient there, that you're compliant. You're going to complete the program you're doing there now on the 24th.
Yes, Your Honor. I'm working on getting my medical card after that switched over to Ohio, so that way I can get into a long-term treatment facility.
Okay, and you're going to go back to live with your grandmother in the meantime?
Yes.
Okay. Let's have you talk, we can probably get you switched over. Does anyone have female beds? Do you have a West Virginia medical card now, or?
Yes.
Okay. Taylor is going to call you. You're at the OVP in South Point, or where, is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Taylor, you can get in touch with her there?
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to set you for May the 2nd. And
Okay.
if there's a problem, Taylor, with her coming to Bethesda, will you let me know today? Okay, so Taylor from Bethesda is going to call today and talk to you, get you assessed, and I anticipate you'll be going there for follow-up treatment.
Okay.
Okay, next hearing will be May 2nd at 9 o'clock.
Okay, thank you.
You're up. Agnes Sexton,
Yes, sir.
24-209, 24-210, 23-49, yes. She's at RRS. Okay, it's a good report. Can you make any payment on your funds?
I just filed taxes. I'm waiting for my tax returns to hit, and then I can make significant payments, sir.
If you do community service on May 3rd, you'll get a $100 credit toward your funds.
May 3rd,
Yes,
you know what day of the week that is?
Saturday,
Saturday? What time do you need to be here on Saturday?
7:30.
And 2 days works off what, like 16? 8 hours each day?
6 hours.
6 hours? Oh, okay.
Okay, your next hearing I'll set for May 19th, 9 o'clock.
Thank you. Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. Denise Sexton, 24-538. And you have been at OVP. And you were supposed to complete on April 10th. Did that happen? or-
Yeah, I graduated.
Okay. What are you doing now?
I have outpatient OVP. I have an appointment Tuesday, and I'm getting back in my peer support.
Is Brianna here today?
No,
I
no.
don't think she is.
Yeah, I'd like to get a report on your outpatient. Where are you going, Huntington?
Yeah. My first appointment is Tuesday.
Oh, you haven't been there yet?
No.
So you've been out of OVP.
For a little over a week.
Um,
I got out last Thursday.
Okay, since you're not under treatment and getting tested right now, I want you to go do your urine screen, and then I'll have you come back. So go to probation, do your urine screen. William Tony, 24-432.
Your Honor, if I may, I have a note that Mr. Coney was born on February 18th to be here February 27th, or 22nd for community service and was not here.
Yeah, my car blew up. It jumped time. I haven't had a way over here.
Have you done any community service since then?
No, I'm waiting on my car. I don't have a car right now.
Okay, well, we'll put you in custody. If you go to jail, transportation is not an issue then. You know, community service is in lieu of going to jail. If you're in jail, you don't have to worry about transportation. But you gotta get here. Michael Wood, 24-436.
Your Honor, if I may, he was not here Thursday for community service, but he did call me. He had a doctor's appointment. He was one who went to jail last week for community service. He's been here for 2 days.
And you're gonna be here tomorrow?
Yes, sir.
Okay, folks, let me tell you something. Doctor's appointments are may be important. Emergency room, really important, like you're taking there on an emergency. The regular doctor's appointment, you just call and say, look, I've got to be in court.
Yes, sir.
That's not an excuse.
Yes, sir.
I'll let it slide this time.
Yes, sir.
You got to be out here tomorrow morning at 7:30 and finish up your community service. Remember, we're going to do it straight through.
Yes, sir.
I'll see you on May the 2nd for your next review hearing, 9
Yes, sir.
o'clock.
Thank you.
Be here in the morning. Aiden Young, 24-14-46. Okay, your fines paid, you got community service left to do. What about the driver intervention part? Have you done that?
I am signed up and I have made my deposits here.
Okay.
Your Honor, he has, yes.
Okay, all right. Community service.
Spring football is officially over with. I am home. I don't have finals week for another 2 weeks, so I should be able to be here tomorrow for sure.
Okay.
And
Get it
then
done, and where are you going to school?
Lindsey Wilson College,
Where's that?
Columbia, Kentucky.
Okay, you can work Saturdays if you come in on the weekends. You can always work on Saturday here at the court.
Yes, sir.
I'll give you some more time. When's, you probably already, well, through spring break, when are you out of classes?
May 2nd is our final move out day, so I'll probably be home about the final
Second
week
of May?
Yeah.
Oh, okay,
Yes, sir.
you're getting out early.
Yes, sir. We start early.
Okay, well, I'll set you, are you going to be staying here for the summer?
Yes, sir.
I'll set you for May 27th. That gives you plenty of time.
Sounds
May
great.
27th, 9 o'clock.
Your Honor,
When's he doing the,
I was getting ready to say it's May 29th.
okay, well, let's set it after that. Let's go into June. So if you get the 3-day school and get your community service done, you don't have to come back.
Yes, sir.
So I'll set it for June the 9th. Get those things done, you don't have to be here.
Yes, sir.
Any questions?
No, sir.
Okay, that's all.
Thank you. May I have an excuse for today?
Yeah, you can go to the clerk and they'll fix one up for you. Okay, the next thing we're going to do are the new cases, which are called arraignments. So anyone out in the lobby that's got an arraignment, they need to come in the courtroom now.
Arraignment, first time appearing.
Or if you had a warrant, we got several of those people that got warrants and came in today to try to deal with them. So they're going to get called with the arraignments.
Your Honor, can we recall Denise Sexton?
Yeah, Denise Sexton. We need Denise Sexton. It's up here. All right, so you did do a urine screen, and Taylor is here with a report.
Yeah, it says, sorry, yes, Your Honor, she successfully completed AVP last week. She'll be following up with Huntington Comprehensive Care for methadone. She is supposed to be doing mental health counseling through AVP and peer support with Thrive. I have not received a report that she has began mental health with AVP yet. I'd inform her to bring a report today if she would, and I would not be there.
Are you doing methadone now?
Yeah, I've been on it the whole time.
It says negative for the methadone.
Yeah, I'm on it. Only on 60
Doing a
milligrams.
day.
60.
No, that's not that much compared to some people.
Yeah, I don't want to be on a high dose.
Well, do you want to get off of it?
I plan on that and getting to Vivitrol eventually. And within a few months, I plan on detoxing off methadone and switching to Vivitrol.
Who can help her with getting off the methadone?
You are in Huntington?
You have what?
No, I'm in Southwood.
And
You have a Ohio Medicaid card?
I just got CareSource.
TCC? Ryan?
And they have a facility in Ironton, Michigan?
They don't. It's in Portsmouth. Do you have a facility any close to South Point?
She's on methadone, getting it from Huntington, right?
Yeah.
but only 60 milligrams, and she says she wants to get off.
You gotta go to trial.
Yeah, I was,
If not, we can slow detox her, but it's gonna take time.
Yeah, I understand, 5 milligrams a week. Right?
Yeah.
Here's the thing. In our area, at least, in my opinion, there's no good methadone clinics. There's one in Huntington, one in Ashland, there's some inside the county, and they're terrible. They don't do any counseling. They don't try to get people clean. They'll just give you as much methadone as you ask for, and it's just, I don't know why the legislatures in the state allow them to exist, because they're not doing any good, in my opinion, and I see a lot of it. So I think you're better off getting away from there and getting someplace, and if you need help, I'm okay with medically assisted treatment. And maybe methadone's okay in other areas where you got more responsible clinics.
I'm pretty sure I could have come off of it on my own. I've came off of methadone before.
Okay. Why don't you talk with Ryan, and see if he's with the counseling center, if we can get something set up to help you get off methadone. And I want to see you back on May the 2nd.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay, 9 o'clock on May 2nd. Okay, so I was starting the explanation about arraignment, so. So the arraignment is what the first hearing is called on a criminal charge, or if you missed a hearing, you get called with the arraignments. The purpose of that hearing is to tell you what your charges are and the possible penalties. When your name's called, come up to the table to your right, stand there. I'm going to go over the charges with you. They may not be true. I don't decide what people get charged with, so I have not invested on what you're charged with. I have no knowledge about it. That's the prosecutor's job. He's in that room over there talking to lawyers now. They may file something that's totally false, but you need to understand what you're facing. You got to understand what the charges are. That's the purpose of this hearing. So I'm going to read the charges to you, tell you what the possible penalties are. You don't have to say anything. You have a right to remain silent. But if you do say stuff, everything I'm saying, everything you say, now we're recording not just the audio, but the video too. So it's all being taken down. So if you admit something, admissions are really big deals in the law. If you admit something, that can be used against you. So if you get up and say, yeah, I did it, the prosecutor's going to use that against you. You don't have to say that. You don't have to say anything. You have a right to have a lawyer. You have a right to have a lawyer appointed if you can't afford one. You have a right to have bail and to make the state prove the charges beyond a reasonable doubt. If you enter a guilty plea or a no contest plea, you're waiving those rights I just explained to you. Do not waive your rights if you don't understand what's happening, if you're confused, if you don't know what to do. You should enter a not guilty plea. That preserves your rights. Don't enter a guilty or no contest plea to get it over with. That's not a good reason to enter one of those pleas. Entering a guilty plea is a complete admission that the charges are true. So if you don't know what to do, enter a not guilty plea. Call the first case.
State of Ohio versus Antonio J. Gordillo. Case number TRC 25741 A and B.
Sir, are you Antonio Gordillo?
yes, sir.
Mr. Gordillo, it's alleged that on April the 13th at 12:48 a.m. in Fayette Township here in Lawrence County, that you were driving a vehicle while you were under the influence of alcohol or drugs, or both, a combination of both those things. The state's also alleging that you refused to take tests. And the state's alleging this would be your first conviction if you are convicted. So on a first offense, the maximum penalty you face, the most you can get, is 6 months in jail, $1,075 fine, and a 3-year license suspension. There is a minimum. The least you can get is 3 days in a treatment program, $375 fine, and a 6-month license suspension. That's the minimum penalty if you're found guilty. You're also charged with having expired tags on your vehicle. That's a minor misdemeanor, no jail time, maximum penalty is $150 fine. That's the 2 charges that you face. Do you understand the charges?
Yes, sir.
Do you understand the rights I explained defendants have?
Yes, sir. I was gonna say, I'm currently in treatment. I'm in hometown.
Okay.
And Kathy, I thought she was gonna be here with me, but I ain't sure where she is.
Well, you're getting a little bit ahead of us, so you're more down the road. So let's talk about the case and what plea you want to enter. So do you understand the charges and what the possible penalties are?
Yes.
Any questions before you enter a plea?
No, sir.
What plea do you wish to enter?
I wish they,
Remember what I said?
yeah, I do.
If you're not sure, and you seem like you're not sure, you probably should enter a not guilty plea. That preserves those rights that you have.
I like to do that then.
Okay, I'll enter a not guilty plea for you. Do you have the money to hire a lawyer?
No, sir.
Are you working?
Not yet. I gotta wait 45 days that I'm allowed to go back to work. But, I have a little bit of money.
Okay. What do you normally do when you are working?
I work at Lowe's. I'm a front loader.
Okay. Are you off work for an injury or something?
Well, I'm currently in treatment, and I'm in hometown, and I ain't allowed to work for 45 days. So my boss told me when it's time to reapply, just reapply, and he'll hire me back.
Okay, so you're in treatment without any income. You're not receiving any kind of income while you're in treatment?
Not for 45 days.
Okay. All right, I'll go ahead and appoint Mr. Stratton to represent you.
Thank you, sir.
I'm entering a not guilty plea for you. Okay. So you're an inpatient at Hometown Recovery?
Yes, sir.
Sober living.
Sober living,
Yeah.
okay. All right, I'm going to let him sign a $1,500 signature bond. And I'll make a further condition that he stay in treatment as a part of his bond.
Did you get a copy of the charges?
This is a refusal, so there's no test to wait on.
Okay.
Let me tell you what's good for pretrial dates. So we're looking in May. Basically, any date in May works. What's good for you, Mr.?
Any day except the 12th, Your Honor.
Well, let's make it May 5th.
Okay, sounds good.
May 5th will be the first pretrial, and that will be at 10 o'clock.
Okay. All righty.
Did you sign his bond?
He did. Yep.
Did you receive a copy of the charges?
He has not.
Okay, there's a, let me write the case. There is an extra copy in the file. I'll write the case number on.
These drug screens too. We'll walk out and talk. All right. Oh, okay, all right. All right.
Please notice.
Sometimes there are extra copies that might not have the exact same information on them.
It looked like it was the same. A cursory look at it, there's only 2 charges.
Oh, this is fine, Your Honor. All right, thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
Thanks, man.
State of Ohio versus Heather Sampson, case number TRD 25729.
Okay, what I'm going to do, and you're Heather Sampson,
Yes, sir.
and it looks like someone realized this after the fact that it was filed, but still, I'm going to dismiss it on a technicality. But technicalities are important. We are, at least so far, a country of laws, not of men. So we don't get to make the rules up as we go along. We got to play by them as they are set. This is a case that's not jailable. It's no operator's license. It's supposed to be filed in the traffic court. The cases here today are all jailable offenses. You're charged with a non-jailable offense. You should have been cited into the traffic court. The officer decided you into the wrong court. So I'm going to dismiss it.
I appreciate it.
So it doesn't mean, he says you don't have a driver's license.
Right.
That doesn't mean you now have a driver's license. So if you really don't have a driver's license, you need to get one if you're going to drive. But you're getting off the hook today on a technicality because he decided you into the wrong court. So your case is dismissed.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
State of Ohio versus Christopher Brammer, case number TRC 25721, A and B.
And sir, you're Christopher Brammer?
Yes, sir. Judge, I'm going to represent him. I've been retained.
Okay. I'll enter your appearance, Mr.
Yeah,
Smith.
waive reading, Judge. Or not guilty plea.
All right, not guilty plea is entered. There is a test score here, so we don't need to wait.
No, sir.
Any date in May works.
Judge, the 2nd or 5th of May?
Let's do the 5th.
Okay.
May 5th will be your pretrial, and it'll be at 10 a.m. He can sign a signature bond of $1,500.
State of Ohio versus Jared Stover, case number CRB 24461. Case number TRC 24674, A, B, and C.
And sir, you're Jared Stover.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, you had a review hearing.
I missed my review hearing.
March 28th, it looks like.
Yes.
So you admit you missed it. Do you have an explanation for that?
I was sick. That's all I have. Got a stomach virus.
Okay, and you paid today quite a bit towards your fines and
Yes.
court costs.
I plan on finishing my payment off. I couldn't, while I was sitting there, I tried to do it online, and that payment right there hasn't registered yet, so.
Okay, it's in the file, so.
Okay, or maybe just not on the website.
And you still have a couple days community service on an old case, I'm sure.
Yes.
You heard what I said about May 3rd.
Yes, I've already wrote it down.
Okay. One day we'll knock both of those days out.
That'd be awesome.
And I'm assuming you're working
Yes.
Mondays and Fridays for your follow-ups.
Fridays probably.
Okay. May 30th, if you get everything done by then, you don't have to come back.
Awesome. Thank you, Your Honor.
May 30th, 9 o'clock. I don't think a warrant actually had been issued yet, but if it was, it'll be withdrawn.
Thank you. 9 a.m.
9 a.m., May 30th.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
State of Ohio versus Thomas N. Burton III, case number CRB 22352, CRB 2566A.
Okay, this is on the sentencing docket, Monday. It looks like you weren't here then. And I think you probably got contacted.
Yes, sir.
About it, by Mr. Sowards, is that right?
Yes, sir.
Do you have an explanation for not being here Monday?
No, sir, my ride didn't show up that was supposed to bring me. And he called me and I asked him if I could come today. And I paid my fines today. And I was gonna do community service this weekend,
Okay.
if that's okay.
So you paid off, you had one case, you still have community service, but you paid the fine.
Yes, sir.
And you had another one, you had a fine still owed, so you paid that one off today?
I paid 2 of them, I owe 1 more, she said.
Okay.
Still showing that he owes $305 on 22,352.
Is that correct?
I think so.
Okay, so the 335, okay, right, the 335 was
Paid today.
paid today. Okay, that took care of your old case, so old desk case.
Okay.
You had a 20 case and a 2022 case. Okay, you gotta get your community service done.
Yes, sir.
And I'm showing
If you could give me a couple more.
60 hours total, so.
She said 30.
There's 2 cases, each show 30 hours.
I didn't wait on the counter runner.
Oh, crap, all right.
If you have a question about that, go speak with Mr. Major. He's out at the security stand right now. He's the probation officer you can talk to him about. But I'm showing that the 2566 case, you had community service of 30 hours and none was done on it. And then the 22352, you had 30 hours of community service and none was done on that. So I'm showing a total of 60 hours. And this will be on the sentencing docket because he has a bond up now. So are you working, sir?
Yes, sir.
Are you the one at AutoZone?
No, sir.
Okay. Because Gary was telling me, Sowards, somebody that missed was like the manager at AutoZone. Said, I was just in there and saw him. He didn't show up for a hearing. Okay, Mondays or Fridays, what's best for you?
Friday.
Fridays are
Yes,
best?
yes, sir.
May 23rd. Once you get this finished, you can quit coming to these hearings. May 23rd.
I'll have it done by then.
Okay, if you do, you don't have to show up. Just confirm it with your probation officer would be the best thing.
Yes, sir.
May 23rd, 10 o'clock.
Oh, 10 o'clock.
Yes, 10. Reviews are at 9, sentencing's at 10. Now you've got a bond up, it's a sentencing, not a review.
Okay.
Because if you don't show up,
I'll be here.
Gary's gonna be after you.
Yes, sir.
Okay, that's all.
State of Ohio versus Jared Donahue, case number TRD 17-1089.
Okay, this was set for sentencing on March the 14th.
Yeah,
looks
Monday.
like. And you were not here, is that right?
Yeah, I actually blew a tire in my car, and apparently they don't put spare tires in those. They have run flats on them.
Okay, well, it took you a month to get in.
Yeah.
And you still owe community service?
Yeah, I actually had that done last month, but they did a procedure on my heart, and they put me on very, very light duty.
Okay, since you showed up and you still have a bond up, I think we missed that the last time you failed to appear. We didn't notify Mr. Sowards, but he did come in now. Did he contact you or?
Yeah, I talked to him. I showed him pictures of the receipt and stuff where I had to get the tire and all that.
Okay, I'm going to set your next hearing for, does it matter if it's Mondays or Fridays?
Fridays would be better, but I'll have everything done before then.
May 23rd, get it done, you don't have to be here.
Gotcha. We had issued a warrant ahead of bond forfeiture hearing, so Mr. Sowards did.
Okay, so we did. Okay, withdraw the warrant, and I'll let Mr. Sowards know. Let's see, I need to let him know about the last one too. Okay, you're free to go, May 23rd. What was, I'm sorry, what was the prior gentleman's name?
Pardon?
I need to let call off the hounds. Let Mr. Sowards know that this gentleman and the last gentleman both showed up.
Thomas Burton.
Okay. Otherwise, he'll be out there snatching him up and taking him to the jail. So Burton and Donahue both showed up.
Yes.
I'll text him, that's the best way to let him know. Okay.
State of Ohio versus James G. Adams, case number TRC 23765, A, B, and C.
All right, James Adams. Your review was Monday, and it looks like you weren't here today. Is that right?
Yes.
You have an explanation for that?
I was at my grandma's funeral.
Okay. Did you bring something for me to look at?
I have went and put down payment on for my DIP school through Lawrence County Recovery.
Okay.
And it's been a couple months. I've called several times to try to get it fixed, and they're saying that they haven't received a payment, but I have the receipt showing where I put it down, and now I can't get an answer from them at all.
Well, there was somebody, there's a lady here from Lawrence County Recovery, so can you talk with him? I mean, I can't officially do anything today. Now, if you sue them, then I can deal with it, but hopefully you can work something out.
I was just letting you know, like, I've been trying to do the DIP school and I can't.
That's the only thing you got left now.
Right.
Okay, no warrant is to issue. When's the next school? You told me
May 29th through June 3rd.
Okay, go talk to her about that. I'm gonna set you in June. If we get it in here that you've been there, completed it, you don't have to come back. Okay, I'll set it for June 9th at 9 o'clock.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
State of Ohio versus Ian J. Lewis, case number TRD 25704.
All right, sir, are you Ian Lewis?
Ian, yes.
Ian, sorry.
You're all right.
All right.
It happens all the time.
Mr. Lewis, the state's alleging that you were driving under suspension on April the 12th at 7:15 p.m. in Fayette Township. Driving under suspension is a jailable offense. It's a first-degree misdemeanor, maximum penalty, 6 months in jail, $1,000 fine. Do you understand the charge?
Yes.
Do you understand your rights?
Yes.
How do you plead to this?
I was trying to get it over with today because it's kind of it was an emergency. I had really no choice but to do what I did because the person I was with, the police even followed us to the hospital. I had to take somebody to the hospital. It was an emergency. I pulled over on the side of the road, and I think that's how the police see me. So when I got in the car, I took her to the hospital. The police pulled us over. I told him about all the other charges like the speeding. He threw that out and then followed us to the hospital because she was having some complications with her blood pressure. She couldn't see, face was all red. And then I was in the hospital, and that's why I couldn't get here. And
I'll take that as a not guilty plea. I'll appoint Mr. Morford to represent you.
all right.
Well, I didn't ask you about your financials. Are you working?
Yes.
What do you do?
Construction.
You may not
I just
qualify
started 2 days
for-
ago.
Okay, what were you doing before that?
Subway.
Working at Subway?
Yeah, in Ashland. That's where I live, in Ashland, Kentucky now.
Okay, well, you're probably eligible then. I'll appoint Mr. Morford to represent you. Not guilty plea is entered. Anytime in May, Mr. Morford, for pretrial, do you have a preference for a date?
I'm at your convenience, Judge.
Well, let's give it a little time, because you might want to help him try to sort some things out with his driving history, and sometimes that takes a little while. So let's go about a month out. How about the 12th of May? May 12th?
Yes, Your Honor.
May 12th will be the next hearing. The pretrial at 10 a.m. He can sign a $1,000 signature bond.
For your signature. What's your last name?
Lewis.
Okay. Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
State of Ohio versus John T. Ellsworth, case number CRB 24419.
All right, you're John Owsley?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Owsley, it's alleged you missed a hearing for review on March 24th of this year. Do you admit or deny that?
Yes, sir, I admit it.
Do you have an explanation?
I didn't have a vehicle. My car has been in the shop for over 3 months. My friend was kind enough to let me borrow his truck while he's gone. He's in a different country right now, and that's my transportation right now. If I believe, I think I remembered I owed exactly $20-some. I had most of the money with me that day. The last time I was here, I appeared, I paid all of it except $20 because I didn't have it.
$24.88, that's correct.
I plan on paying that today. And then as for my community service, I'm a corrections officer at Little Sandy Prison. Big reason why I want to take care of this, go ahead and have it finished. I can do it every single Saturday.
Okay.
If I could
That
have,
will work. I will withdraw the warrant. I'll give you a new review hearing date. We'll go into June. It'll be a Monday or Friday. What works for you?
Friday, Your Honor.
Okay. If you have it done by then, you don't have to appear.
Yes, Your Honor, I'll have it done.
June 6th. June 6th is your next hearing. It'll be at 9 a.m. Warrant is withdrawn if it was issued.
What time is it, June 6, 9 a.m.?
Okay, it's already been issued. Okay. All right, well, you have $100. There's a warrant fee. It had been issued. We wait a week for people to show up. If they don't show up within a week, then a warrant gets issued, and that, there's a fee for doing that. So that will be added on to your class. June 6th at 9 o'clock.
All right, Your Honor. Thank you.
You're welcome.
State of Ohio versus Stephen Stanley, case number CRB 25225 and CRB 25227.
This is it right now, this is protection orders. Let me take some time, he's going to call us, it's notarized.
You are Stephen Stanley? Yes.
All right, so you're Stephen L. Stanley?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Stanley, you've got two charges. The first one is case number 225. It alleges on April the 14th in Fayette Township, you knowingly caused Brandon Fry to believe you would cause serious physical harm to his person or property. That's aggravated menacing. It's a first-degree misdemeanor. Maximum penalty, 6 months in jail, $1,000 fine. Case number 227 is another aggravated menacing, but it's involving a different person. Same date, April 14th. It's alleging that you caused Paul McCoy to believe you would cause serious physical harm to his person or property. Same charge, aggravated menacing, maximum penalty, 6 months in jail, $1,000 fine. Do you understand these two charges?
Yes, sir, I do.
Do you understand your rights?
Yes.
How do you plead to these charges?
Not guilty.
You want to be considered for a court-appointed lawyer?
Yes, sir.
Are you working?
No, I'm disabled.
Social Security, your only income?
Yes.
All right, Mr. Smith, I'll appoint you to represent Mr. Stanley.
Yes, sir.
Not guilty plea is entered. You want the May 5th date?
I can use that one, Judge, yes, sir.
May 5th for pretrial. 10 o'clock.
Yes, sir. Please prepare
Protection orders. Okay, so I'm going to order, is it a problem, first ask this question. Is it any problem for you, Mr. Stanley, to stay away from Brandon Fry and Paul McCoy?
No, none.
Okay. You'll be ordered to stay away from them, and that means don't go around them, don't contact them, don't post anything about them, don't text them.
Nothing.
Okay. I just don't want there to be allegations of anything else happening. Okay, next hearing, May 5th, 9 o'clock. or 10 o'clock. May 5th, 3:00.
State of Ohio versus Rachel Copley, case number CRB 25228. State of Ohio versus Jeremy Runyon, case number CRB 25229.
Are you Jeremy Runyon? Yes, sir.
All right, Ms. Rachel Copley, that's you, ma'am. Case number 228, you've been charged with domestic violence alleging on April 17, 2025, in Terry Township, you knowingly caused or tried to cause physical harm to Jeremy Runyon, who either lives in your household or is a member of your family. Maximum penalty for that, 6 months in jail, $1,000 bond. And then Mr. Runyon, you are also charged with domestic violence, also first degree misdemeanor, same date and time, place. Do we each understand the charges?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
How do you each want to plead to this?
We're not guilty.
Not guilty.
Do you each want to be considered for court-appointed lawyers?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do either one of you work?
No, I just got unemployed.
I'm sorry.
I just got unemployed. I'm sick.
You're unemployed now?
Yeah, I'm sick. So
Where were you working before?
I was at the counseling center, and then I went to White Sands Rehab in Florida, and then we moved back here, and I've been employed since I come back here.
And when was that?
It's been about 6-7 months now.
Okay. What about you, Ms. Copley? Are you working? All right. I'm sorry?
I was going to say that when the cops came up there, we had come once before, and they told us if they ever come back, they'd arrest us. And we had gotten an argument earlier. I walked home from Speedway, and the officer that was off duty was actually talking to me when I walked home, so I didn't get in trouble. And I don't get in trouble, and I try to do the right thing, and they still arrested me and arrested her because he came there. And I didn't understand that because I never even did nothing. And I even begged the cop not to do that because I prided myself on not being in trouble in this court no more. Like, I don't like getting in no trouble. And she even told him the truth, and they arrested her too. And nobody ever said she did nothing.
Do either one of you want protection orders against the other? What's the state's position on this? Do you want to go forward with it, or? So, it sounds like neither one of you want the other charge.
No. We just argued over the kids and stuff, and we've never had no problems in 2 years we lived together, and that it was honest to God. We begged him, and he was just mad because he came here, and he ended up arresting her too. And my past haunts me. That's my biggest fault. I can't shake that. But she told him the truth. I mean, there was no fighting. We didn't touch each other. Nobody hit each other or nothing. And she told him that, and he arrested both of us. But I'm sorry for, I don't not like coming in this court for nothing, because y'all let me go a couple of years back, and I've, not been in no trouble or nothing. And that's what he told us we did, just let the court decide. I've never understood that. And I have a lot of medical issues now. Like when I was here before, you remember I had lesions on my brain and stuff, so I've been dealing with that.
What's the state's position?
Typically, these kinds of situations end up in court for a reason, not that there's nothing happening. In the officer's narrative, there's some indication of something going on, and so we're not able to agree to dismiss the charges today, but we want to ensure that there really aren't any bigger problems. We might consider doing a continuance of 90 days and then dismiss the case with payment of court costs if there aren't any further problems. But we're not even ready to make that decision now. We just asked for a pretrial. If they need to have attorneys appointed, then that would probably help the matter.
Okay, so what I'm going to do, Mr. Morford, I'll appoint you to represent Mr. Runyon, and I'll appoint Mr. Stratton to represent Ms. Copley. Set up these cases for a pretrial down the road. So I understand that neither one wants a protection order. You don't want either one of you ordered to stay away from the other. And
Thank you.
Have they posted bond, Your Honor?
Yes.
well,
Yes, we're.
Rachel has, is Mr. Runyon also posted?
Yeah, I'll post mine first.
Okay. All right, so yes, I see it now. They have bonds up, those are continued. So we just need to get a date in May when both you and Mr. Morford can be here. Somebody can't be here on the 12th.
That's me.
Okay. What about you, Mr. Morford? Do you have
Judge,
any
I'm
dates?
pretty much free in May.
The perfect case for May 5th.
Perfect, okay.
May 5th would be the pretrial in both cases at 10 o'clock.
All right, thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
What's your phone number down there?
State of Ohio versus Charles Nance, case number CRB 2537, CRB 19237, CRB 18134.
I'll be in touch.
And sir, you're Charles Nance.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Looks like this has been outstanding for a while. You missed a hearing back in October of 2023 on a review. And looks like a warrant got issued. You must have got arrested on the warrant. And you've now posted a bond with Mr. Sowers. Is that
Yes, sir.
right? Okay.
I'm sorry for missing court.
So let's go through, I'm showing a disorderly conduct where you still owe $236, that's $18,134. $19,237 was a jacklighting, you got a fine of $435 that's never been paid. And $25,37 was a criminal damage, and you have 5 days community service and a total of $340 fines and court costs.
Yes, sir. I've been doing community service at the LA Police Department for Willie Ward.
Your Honor, he did email us 5 hours credit.
Okay.
And I'm gonna
And that's
finish it up this
acceptable?
week.
Yes.
Okay, so what we're gonna do, I'll put you back on for hearings periodically, and you gotta keep coming back until you get things finished. Once you're finished, you won't have to show up anymore. But now you've got a bond up, so you understand how it works?
Yes, sir.
Before on a review hearing, unfortunately, if I issue a warrant, the sheriff doesn't really run and grab those and say, oh, I'm gonna go find Mr. Nance, I'm gonna get him right now. They don't do that.
I am gonna pay on my fines.
They just
today.
wait till you have police contact, then you go to jail, like you did. But now it's a different ballgame, because you've got a bond up with Mr. Sowards for $1,500, and if you don't show up, we say, you gotta pay us the $1,500. He doesn't like to do that.
Yes, sir.
And he almost never does. You know why? Because then he'll go snatch you up and take you to the jail. And he's not gonna wait 2 years.
Yes, sir.
It'll be 2 minutes before he starts looking for you. You know, that's just the way he works, so. You gotta come to court,
Yes, sir.
Mondays or Fridays.
Could I do it Friday? I go back to the boat
next Thursday, and I'll be
When will you be back?
I will be back May the 9th, Your Honor.
Okay, so the 16th is the next Friday.
That will be perfect.
All right, May the 16th will be your next hearing. It'll be a sentencing at 10 o'clock. Get this stuff done and put it behind you.
Yes, sir. I'm gonna go pay my fine.
Okay, great. Okay, we're starting the pre-trials now.
State of Ohio versus Ashley Shaw, case number CRB 2532.
This is Mr. McDonald's case, and it's set for a pre-trial, correct?
Yes, Your Honor, I think we are going to be able to dismiss this one, if I'm correct. Is that right?
Mr. Hill?
Your Honor, this is a cross-filing with a juvenile, we believe Ms. Shaw's daughter. In that case, in the juvenile court, the juvenile was charged with a domestic violence against Ms. Shaw, but also the stepfather, is that right? So she had entered an admission to domestic violence against the stepfather, but the case against Ms. Shaw was dismissed. So we're going to do likewise here. And it's my understanding that there's counseling that's going on through the juvenile court to help the family, so we're satisfied with that.
Case will be dismissed.
Thank you very much, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
State of Ohio versus Jeremy Bodmer, case number TRC 25376 A and B.
Mr. Smith's case, set for pre-trial.
Judge, I have spoken to Mr. Hill. We were not able to get any traction through our pretrial discussions. I anticipate filing a motion regarding the stop. If we could sit for a pretrial on a motion hearing prior to that would be my preference.
Okay, and you filed some sort of motion for stay on and request for driving privileges?
I did, Judge.
Is there any agreement on that? Or?
It's been over 45 days.
Well, this is a second, though. It's not a first offense, it's a second.
He's gone close to 50 days at this point without privileges.
End of February.
26th. Of course, that would still work.
Well, it is possible to have driving privileges after 45 days, but interlock is required.
I will discuss that with him, Judge, and we will make that determination before the next pretrial. We will talk about that.
When do you want to do that?
Judge, if we could do it, could we do the 9th or 16th of May?
Either one, yeah.
The 9th would be fine, Judge. I can have it filed within a week.
May 9th will be the next hearing. It's going to be a pretrial, it's not going to be an evidence.
Correct, yes, I'll file, we'll have a pretrial on the motion, yes.
All right, May 9th, 10 o'clock for a pretrial.
State of Ohio versus Jasmine Green, case number CRB 24700. Jasmine Green.
This is Mr. Smith's case.
It is, Judge. This is a frustrating case because her case was to be dismissed and the other party who filed was going to pay the court costs, but I have lost all this. Yeah, Coronado.
Okay.
I've lost all contact with my client. Her phone is not answering.
Yeah, I've had no success on the co-defendant either.
Cordado's the cross-filing.
Who's the other?
Colorado?
Corrado?
Is this mother and daughter, I believe? Is that-
No.
I'm thinking of a different one.
Yeah, this is a different one. This is,
It is.
State of Ohio versus Alicia Corrado, case number 24 CRB 791.
That's Mr. Stratton's case.
yes.
And both were going to be dismissed if the cost was paid on Corrado. Neither have appeared and neither have paid the costs. So
No,
What's the state want to do?
I guess there's a distinction between the state wants to do and what the state's probably going to have to do. I mean, when these situations arise, when we agree to dismiss charges upon the payment of costs, that's part of the agreement, is the payment of costs. And it's complicated when only one of the two is actually ordered to pay the costs.
Yeah, my lady wasn't.
And it sets a precedent if I say we're going to agree to dismiss the charges on both of them, that there's not really a requirement to pay the costs, even though that's an agreement, unless we
But there
have.
was no agreement that she didn't have to appear, from my notes. I mean, usually, in other words, if Green didn't have to appear, I would put no appearance required. I didn't put that.
Right.
Well, and so there's that, okay, so that provides a basis, I guess, to ask for a warrant to issue because the costs haven't been paid, they haven't appeared.
Yeah, I can't get her by phone, Judge, but I will send a letter to her last known address telling her she's going to have a warrant here shortly.
Be a warrant for both.
Right.
All right.
State of Ohio versus John P. Ramsey, case number CRB 25107, A and B.
It's Mr. Smith's case set for pretrial.
Judge, we need to set this for a bench trial. Was an offer made the prior pretrial. It's the same offer today. I don't see this resolving short of a bench trial.
First date it's open for a trial is May 23rd. Is that a good date for you?
I think, Judge, I'm in a trial with Judge Ballard on the case that arose out of this court. Let me double check. I am in trial that Thursday, the 22nd, 23rd, Judge.
May 30th?
Yes, I'm here May 30th.
Okay, set for trial May 30th at noon for trial.
And we're asking for a time waiver as well.
We'll sign one, Judge. That's fine.
State of Ohio versus Robert L. Slaughter, case number CRB 24692, A and B, CRB 24346, A and B.
Mr. Smith's case set for pretrial.
Judge, he's at Mahajin. One of the requirements of our negotiations was he get a mental health assessment, comply with any recommended treatment. There's not a foreseeable end date. I don't know if this is a lifelong thing, but he's telling me he has to go until they say you don't have to go. So I don't have any graduation date as such. I'm not sure how the state wants to proceed, but you're still at Mahajin.
Yeah, they're actually my therapist anyway for my ADHD, so I see them for both.
Can we get a written report from them that shows that he's
I didn't
going?
have a written report yet. We've been doing like phone interviews and stuff. We haven't had like a sit down. Did you sign a release or consider a release to the court?
Judge, he's not sure, but he thinks he signed a release. I would advise him certainly to sign a release, and
Which I haven't ordered until next Thursday.
well, next Thursday, we'll make sure you do that. He'll be there next Thursday. He will sign a release if he's not done that already. If we come back with a letter from the doctor or the psychologist that says it's just going to keep going, and we could address it then, I don't know.
has paid court costs as well on CRB 24346A.
That's
Okay.
something in the back. Things on his way here.
He's gonna have to go and get it notarized. This guy's check.
I know, see, I told him I thought he didn't have to because he's the officer, and then Missy was just gonna notarize it with him being here. She wouldn't notarize it without him here. So now he's gotta take it to the bank and go get this done away.
Oh, he didn't close.
Yeah, let's get Friday. We're not gonna get this done.
Okay, well,
I'll let him out of jail. Listen, if he doesn't do affidavit,
I don't, that could happen.
do you want Payne to do a new affidavit?
So what's the state want to come back in and get those reports?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay.
If he's going next week, Judge, perhaps the 2nd or 5th, he should have a report.
All right, 5th, May 5th.
Make sure you have to, I'll talk to him.
Except for pre-trial.
If he does a new affidavit, he'll see it's notarized.
Basically explain what your treatment is, how you've done so far, and your progress.
Okay.
And I'll see the 5th, hopefully we'll get this resolved.
All right, thank you.
State of Ohio versus J.C. Calvert, case number CRB 24705. Mr. Stratt's case.
Did you notice the procedure, or did you get Sarah do it?
Right,
That you can notice he does if he does a new affidavit?
yes.
So, Your Honor, he has pleaded OVP and is now at Lawrence County. I guess you want to give
I
him...
can give a verbal report.
Okay, verbal report.
He is still a long-term recovery. He has progressed to our independent living. He is very compliant with all of the SUD sessions and requirements. He has also included mental health sessions that he is compliant with. He has maintained employment at Pure Flat in West Virginia, and he has obtained his own transportation.
I also want to add, they agreed to complete me today, right? But I chose to stay.
So, Your Honor, we might be able to finish this up today.
What's the state's position? I did make a note as of today, dismissed when finished.
If he's finished, then
He has met all the requirements and progressed to the stage that he could complete, but he has chose to remain in services to continue the long-term recovery. As far as we're concerned, he could complete.
So, Your Honor, just asked to be dismissed.
Mr. Hill?
is this, who is this?
Chase Calvert. It's obstructing.
Yeah, we're okay with the dismissal.
Case will be dismissed. Congratulations, sir.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Have a good day.
State of Ohio versus Michael Ray Howard, case number TRC 25366A and B, and TRD 25343A and
Your Honor, this is scheduled as an OVI. It's also hit skip and a couple other minor traffic violations. Due to evidentiary issues, I believe the state's going to dismiss the OVI. We'll plead to the hit skip and the turn signal today, and failure to control, and ask that he be sentenced on those.
Mr. Hill?
Your Honor, the evidentiary issue is that we've learned through the Highway Patrol that the urine sample was submitted, but there's no record of it actually having been received by the lab.
Okay.
So we're not going to be able to have, urine was collected, but no record of it arriving at the crime lab. That is by Sergeant Dunn. So we're not able to proceed on that. Now, the hit skip is something that I believe happened on the same day.
So we'll plead guilty to those three charges, Your Honor, and waive reading of the statement of facts.
Is there any recommended sentence on those?
We had not gotten to the point of being able to discuss that part of it.
Well, it sounds like you didn't get very far. It says, I'm looking at the report, he struck a fence, left the scene, and located a couple roads down from the crash where he drove the vehicle in a ditch and was passed out behind the wheel, according to the report I'm looking at. Okay. Any other input?
May we approach?
Yes. From the report, sounds like they are. So, yeah, I feel like this is something we gotta be on just the final. It's get which he hasn't been here for a while. He used to be here for a while. He's something like that. Yeah, we're making a trip. Okay, so the state's still willing to dismiss the OBI based on there not being a test, and the defendant's going to enter a plea to the remaining charges.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, before I sentence Mr. Howard, I'm going to order him to do a urine screen today, and then once I get those results, then I'll craft a sentence for him. So go to probation and do a urine screen.
Go out there and talk to Mr. Major.
State of Ohio versus Don A. Rice III, case number CRB 24639. Don A. Rice III.
Your Honor, this was one we had reset because he failed to appear on the 21st. I've had no contact with him, so.
Okay, well, we continued it a few times to give him a chance to show up.
Yeah.
It's going to be dismissed if the costs were paid. The costs have not been paid, and the defendant hasn't appeared, so there'll be a bench warrant for failure to appear.
All right, thank you, Your Honor.
State of Ohio versus Mehmet Aslan, case number CRB 25209. Your Honor, he has been picked up in the Orange County Jail by the Immigration and Customs Service.
All right, Mr. Stratton was Mr. Aslan's attorney. He had entered a plea, and I already sentenced him
Correct.
to time served. There was a holder from ICE. Apparently, they had picked him up since the time that the court lifted its holder. So
Yep.
everything here is concluded.
Yep, thank you, Your Honor.
State of Ohio versus Carrie Beth McCoy, case number CRB 24227.
It's Mr. Morford's case.
Your Honor, I believe she just went to the restroom.
It'll be recalled.
State of Ohio versus Robert E. Hensley, case number CRB 2324, CRA 21345, CRB 21346, CRB 21222, CRB 21114 A and B, CRB 21115.
This is Mr. Morford's cases set for pretrial.
Do you have a report?
My house manager, Your Honor, should have emailed you a report.
Yes, I think I did get that. I saw it. Let me pull it up. Yes, I got a report from Mr. Ford at Municipal. amendment may concern Robert Hensley has been in complete compliance with all rules, regulations of municipal life since he came to the program. Mr. Hensley holds himself accountable, but those around him as well. He is a prime example of someone who's working hard to make changes necessary to live a happy and healthy lifestyle moving forward. He's a role model for other clients. We enjoy having him in the program. We look forward to watching Robert on his recovery journey. It has been a pleasure thus far. So that's pretty high praise. And actually, the letter is signed by Justin W. Ponton, Ponton, Director of Municipal Life.
He's the actual director. We have a house, I guess you'd call him a house dad. That's Tahim Ford. But Justin Ponton is the owner of Newness of Life.
Okay.
I guess you would call him an owner, director, something like that.
Now, Trish probably has a
Yeah, but she's not there. Let me see if I can find her.
So, there's an agreement just to continue to monitor Mr. President.
Please, Judge.
Mr. Hill?
I'm sorry, Your Honor, what was the?
How do you want to proceed? Do you want to continue monitoring him?
Well,
He had an excellent report.
Yeah, and we're happy about that, so we want him to continue doing the same thing he's doing.
May 23rd?
I'm here then, Judge.
May 23rd will be the next hearing for Mr. Hensley. Good work, Mr. Hensley. Keep it up.
Thank you.
10. Miss McCoy is back in the courtroom, Judge.
Okay, we can recall it.
You good? Thank you. Yes, sir. Keep it up.
State of Ohio versus Carrie Beth McCoy, case number CRB 24-227.
Good.
After, it was just Monday, wasn't it? We were here.
Yes.
Yes, Judge. Did you go to jail for a couple of days? You didn't go to jail?
No, I gave her a chance not to go to jail.
Okay.
And then she messes up again. I don't understand it.
I'm at a loss, Judge.
Do you have an explanation, Ms. McCoy?
The medicine, I didn't know it was there. I've not messed with it in like a long time. I ain't done nothing like that. I even checked it before I gave it to the girl. I did not know it was in there.
Well, let's talk about this, the very first thing. After court, after I think I dressed you down pretty good,
Yes, sir.
says you went back after that and were disrespectful to your group leader.
Yeah. I didn't mean to be, honestly, but I take full responsibility.
Okay, well, I think now full responsibility is going to be weekend in jail. So I'm going to send you to jail. When do you want to pick her up? Or do you want to pick her up?
I'm not ready to give up on her yet. I'll pick her up whenever you say I can pick her up.
Well, Sunday evening or Monday morning?
Monday morning.
Monday morning. She'll be in jail till picked up by Bethesda. You're commanded in the hands of the sheriff. And from now on, when you get ready to act, at least think, hey, I might go to jail if I mess up again. I don't know if that never entered your mind, but I sentenced you to jail Monday and suspended it. And then you went right back and did the same stuff that got you in trouble before. So this is real. You're getting some real consequences. She's commanded in the hands of the sheriff for the weekend.
Thank you, Your Honor.
We should be on the docket Monday, Judge.
Let's,
Do you want me to?
let's just put her on the docket for Monday and have her brought here.
Okay, that's fine. Thank you.
So the next hearing is this coming Monday, the 21st.
State of Ohio recalls Michael Howard, case number TRC 25-356 A and B, and PRD 25-343 A and B.
Your Honor, Mr. Howard has a clean screen.
Okay, very good. So we'll go ahead and sentence.
Yes.
25-356A is dismissed at the state's agreement, that since there was no test actually submitted. Who knows, it may be, I've got mail that's been 2 months delayed. So it may be roaming around in the postal service somewhere, but anyway, it's not here, it hasn't been delivered to the lab, so the state's going to dismiss that A case. The B case is a failure to control. And before I do that, Mr. Howard, you have a right to make a statement if you want. Do you have any statement you want to make to me before I sentence you?
Do you want to say anything?
Oh, no, no, really.
Okay.
Okay, you don't have to.
You don't have to.
But that's your right. You have a right. They have a really fancy word for it. It's called allocution. You have a right to make allocution before sentencing. So you can, but you don't have to. You can waive your right to make a statement.
Yes. Well,
So
he's good. He's good.
okay, all right. And Mr. Stratton, you can say something too if you want to.
Your Honor, I just asked you to sentence him to minimums on this. The OVI has been dismissed, which is the big thing. We want to get past this date because, you know, things just appear out of the mail, just like you say. So.
And Carrie McCoy will have to do something to the jail since she's to be released on the test.
Gosh, I had to go to that car. I got 2 sisters I take care of.
All right, so we're back on Michael Howard. The most serious one is leaving the scene. So even though you tested, which I'm pleasantly surprised that you tested negative, you still left the scene and wrecked the car right down the road. So that's pretty serious stuff. So I'm going to impose a $300 fine on that. 15 days in jail, and I'll suspend all 15 days in jail.
Okay.
I'm going to order that you do 5 days community service, though. 2 years of level 5 probation, which is non-reporting.
Get out of that community service.
And your review hearing will be October the 10th, so you got all summer and part of the fall to get it done.
Okay.
And you can come out on the May the 3rd and get double credit, 2 days for one on that day. On the turn signal charge, $10 fine.
Wait a minute, how do you get a turn signal?
That's the other charge.
And then he had a failure to control, I think.
Yeah.
Well, let me see.
Can I say one
It
thing?
was actually a separate.
Yes, but don't talk yourself out. Okay.
I was just gonna tell him that they checked my
That was
blood
attached
pressure
to the
that day.
Yeah.
At that thing.
Turn signal was attached to the OVI. Let's see, the
Failure
other,
of control.
25-356 A and B.
Yeah, A is the OVI, and B is the failure of control.
Well,
See what I'm saying?
It skipped them.
Yeah,
okay.
all the 343.
Like you just said.
343.
Sometimes it could be. We need to get this.
Well, Doesn't look like,
Yeah.
You got
October
filed.
10th, but we still got that last count to deal with.
Okay, so that's it.
We had a failure to control, didn't we, Your Honor?
It's not showing up.
Okay.
You want me to double check?
Yeah. $356, there it is, $356B. See it? 25, $356B.
Yeah, that, with ODI, did you want that?
Well, let me look in the file here.
That's the failure to control.
Okay. All right, that's the only one I got. There is a failure to control. 356B.
Okay.
What'd you say?
Sorry, Your Honor, I thought that was dismissed with the ODI.
No. Just the ODI was dismissed. So the failure to control, $100 fine.
Okay. All right.
You'll need to see Mr. Major in probation before he
Yes,
leaves.
right
His
over there.
review hearing is October 10th.
October 10th. And May 3rd, we can wipe out 2 for 1 on that community service.
Okay.
All right? All right, you're good to go.
Thank you, sir.
All right.
Your Honor, we're ready to go to the Lawrence County Jail.
Okay, we're going to the jail to do some hearings there.
State of Ohio versus Ronald Callaway, case number PRC 20-2682, A and D, A, B, and C, excuse me, and Joseph Green is on deck.
Sir, are you Ronald Callaway? Can you hear me, Mr. Callaway?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I'm Judge Capper at the Lawrence County Municipal Court, which is in Chesapeake. So your hearing is taking place here in the courtroom. You're on a monitor in the courtroom, and it's all being recorded, what you say, what I say.
Okay.
You have a right to remain silent. You don't have to say anything under the Fourth Amendment. But if you do say things, what you say is being recorded and can be used against you. You have a right to have an attorney, to have one appointed to represent you if you can't afford one. You have a right to bail and to make the state of Ohio prove any charges that are filed against you beyond a reasonable doubt. Do you understand those things?
Yes, sir.
Okay, these are old charges from December 10th of 2020. The state's alleging that on that date, at 12:10 a.m. in Rome Township, you were driving a vehicle while you were under the influence of alcohol or drugs, or a combination of those things, and that you refused to take any tests. So as this will be your first conviction if convicted. So on a first offense, the most you face, the maximum, is 6 months in jail, $1,075 fine, 3-year license suspension. The minimum, there is a minimum penalty. The minimum is 3 days in treatment, $375 fine, and a 6-month license suspension. Do you understand that charge?
Yes, sir.
The state's also alleging that you were driving under a suspended license at the time. That's a first-degree misdemeanor, maximum penalty 6 months in jail, $1,000 fine. The state's also alleging that you failed to control your vehicle. That's a minor misdemeanor, maximum penalty is $150 fine. So you've got 3 charges. Do you understand those charges?
Yes, sir.
State's also alleging that you were cited to come into court December 14th of 2020 and that you failed to appear, and a capias has been outstanding for you since then. Do you have any questions before you enter a plea to these charges?
I don't have any questions, but didn't all that stuff happen right prior to me getting divorced, and that's
why I'm delaying. I've lost all paperwork to it. So I really didn't know what I had to do to straighten it up. But I mean, I'll go to come forward and do what I have to do to make it right.
How do you
It
plead?
was a surprise to me last night when I got stopped.
How do you plead to these charges?
I don't really remember when it happened, but I mean, if they got charges on me, I must have done it. Back then, I did legality and did things that I should have. So I can't really recall all of that. So I don't really know how to plead on it.
Well, it's up to you. You have a right to make the state prove the charges beyond a reasonable doubt. If you enter a guilty plea, you're admitting the charges are true. So if you're not sure, not guilty is probably the safest plea to enter. It preserves your rights.
Okay, then I'll say not guilty.
Okay? Do you wish to be considered for a court-appointed lawyer?
Yes, please.
Are you working? Do you have a job?
I had a job as of last night. I'm hoping I have one when I get out here.
Where do you work?
I work for Callaway Construction, which is a half brother of mine.
Are you paid by the hour?
Yes.
How much per hour?
Well.
Okay, you're eligible for a court-appointed lawyer then. So, Mr. Smith, I'm going to appoint you.
Yes, sir.
Now, Mr. Callaway, at the time this occurred, the address given to us at the court was Martinsburg, West Virginia. Is that your current address?
No, sir. I seen that last night on the paperwork. The Joy Lane address is on there. Correct, but it's Hurricane, West Virginia. It's not Martinsburg.
Okay, that was probably the address on your driver's license, I take it. Yeah, there is a 222 Joy Lane on the police report, it looks like.
Yes, that's my current.
What's the state's position?
That's where all my mail is, I'm sorry.
What's the state's position on bond?
Your Honor, this was a crash, number one. It happened on December 10th, 2020, and I think the summons was for December 14th, 2020. He failed to appear at that time. It'd be pretty hard to forget that had happened, I would think. I think he has knowingly failed to appear before the court. He didn't give any, really, except he was having substance abuse issues and then a divorce. So I don't have any confidence that he would show up again unless there's a significant bond on him and he meets that bond. So we'd ask for a $15,000 cash or surety bond.
I'll set that for the time being. If you want to talk to him and
please
revisit that later, I will. In case, let's go ahead and set a date really quickly.
May I say something, Judge?
You probably should wait to talk to your lawyer.
Let's see.
I think he would concur in that. Because where I'm sitting here in open court, and there's a bunch of people sitting in here, including the prosecutor, and they're all listening to everything you say, and everything you say is on the record and can be used against you. But once you talk to your lawyer in private,
well, this is just to do the bond part.
Judge, I'm here Monday or Friday of next week, so what's better for the court?
Friday.
I'm here Friday.
Okay, I'm going to set your next hearing for a week from today, April 25th.
I'm going to call in there and talk to you in just a few minutes. We'll talk.
Your lawyer's going to call and talk to you. If you make bond, you got to get to the court in Chesapeake, Ohio, Lawrence County Municipal Court, on April 25th at 10 o'clock. If you don't make bond, you will either be brought to the court or I'll see you by teleconference on that day.
Okay, Mr. Capper, is there no way I can court. I cleared up all the stuff in West Virginia, got my license straightened up over there.
Wait.
Because I'm really good shoulders.
Sir, your lawyer's going to call and talk to you. So.
I'm going to do it right now, so if the jailer could keep him close by the phone, I'm literally stepping out to call him right now. Thank you.
You're welcome.
State of Ohio versus Joseph E. Green, case number CRB 25226, CRB 2546, CRC 24151, A, B, C, and D, and Heaven Jordan is on deck.
All right, sir, are you Joseph E. Green?
Yes.
Mr. Green, I think you may know, I'm Judge Capper.
Yes.
I'm at the Lawrence County Municipal Court in Chesapeake, and your hearing is taking place in the courtroom on a monitor. You're appearing on the monitor, and your image and what you say is all being recorded. It can be used, anything you say can be used against you. You don't have to say anything. You have a right to remain silent. You have a right to have a lawyer, to have one appointed to represent you if you can't afford one. You have a right to bail and make the state of Ohio prove any charge they file against you beyond a reasonable doubt. Do you understand those things?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, so you've got some new charges and you've got an old charge. So we're going to start with the new ones first. 2546 is a domestic violence charge. And it's from January. It alleges that on January the 11th of 2025 in Perry Township, you knowingly caused or tried to cause physical harm to Summer McCoy. And that Summer McCoy is either a member of your family or lives in your household. That makes it domestic violence. It's a first-degree misdemeanor. Maximum penalty is 6 months in jail, $1,000 fine. Second charge is case number 25226. It's a resisting arrest charge. It alleges that on April the 16th, 2025 in Perry Township, you recklessly or by force resisted or interfered with the lawful arrest of yourself. That's a second-degree misdemeanor. Maximum penalty is 90 days in jail, $750 fine. Then you got an old charge, 24151, and that is a conviction for operating a vehicle intoxicated and a turn signal violation and a lane violation and a speed violation. It's alleged those were all set for a review hearing on October 28th of 24, that you did not appear for that hearing, and there's been a warrant outstanding since then for not appearing for those review hearings. You understand all these charges?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you have any questions before you enter a plea?
No, Your Honor.
What plea do you wish to enter? And you can enter different pleas to the different charges if you wish.
Not guilty on both of the new charges.
I'll enter not guilty as to everything.
Yes, sir.
Okay, Mr. Thompson was your lawyer on the OBI. He hasn't been practicing in this court for a while, so I'm going to appoint Mr. Stratton.
He hasn't been practicing at all, Your Honor. He's had
Okay,
some
I knew he had
health
some health issues.
Yes.
All right, Mr. Stratton will be appointed to represent you, Mr. Green.
Okay.
On all the cases. Not guilty plea is entered on all matters. State's position on bond, and he not only failed to appear, but just also on the ODI, I'm showing he hasn't done anything that he was ordered to do.
Your Honor, we're going to ask for a protection order, and as far as the bond goes, we believe that failure to do anything on the OVI should be taken into account, so we'd ask for a $5,000 cash or surety bond.
I'm going to issue a protection order for you to stay away from and not go around.
Your Honor, can I ask, I would like to go to UFR or LCR, Orange County Recovery, and United Family Recovery. Do have a drinking problem. That's why I never came back to the OVI or nothing. I would like help with that, if that's something possible.
Okay, let me address this. You have a protection order issued. That means you're ordered not to go around someone before.
Yeah, got that.
And he's requesting treatment. How do you pay for medical services? Do you have a medical card?
Yeah.
Ohio?
Yeah.
I think a rep from Lawrence County Recovery is here today, so.
Well, she was, but I don't think she is now.
Okay. Do you want to have them speak to someone else?
Okay, RRS. Lawrence County Recovery is not here, but I've got someone from RRS that will talk to you. Interested in going there?
I'm not really familiar with that place, but yeah, I mean, treatment, long way.
Well, they're what I would call one of our trusted providers. They work in this court quite a bit, and so it's not a place that I would hesitate on sending you. Now, based on his past, I think we need a GPS monitor.
We agree, Your Honor. Okay. No problem with that, Your Honor.
Okay. So I'm going to have you assessed. If you're willing to take him, I'll do it with a GPS monitor. That I'm going to be willing to wager a very, very, very large sum of money that's not going to happen today.
Oh, yeah.
Because the adult probation is very religious folks, and I'm sure they're all probably praying and burning candles today.
Okay.
Well, the courthouse is closed, so.
Oh, well, there you go. Even though it's not a legal holiday.
It's completely closed, I hear, so.
Well. We don't want the staff here to hear that, so. Anyway, I'm not going to let you go until you get a GPS monitor, and then you have to listen to my speech. That's probably just as bad as having a monitor. But this is serious. I mean, it really is serious business, and you need to hear this. I'm not, my typical thing I say, this isn't 7th grade math homework. Well, if I don't want to do it, nothing's really bad's going to happen to me. I just show up, not do my homework. My teacher's not going to do anything to me. My parents aren't going to do anything to me. I don't get any consequences. Well, this isn't the way this works.
I understand, Your Honor.
No, you don't. You got just be quiet. Let me explain how bad it is, or how bad it can be. Because I've given this speech many times, and I still have people that don't believe me, and they are in prison. So you're not facing any felonies right now. You have misdemeanors. So what's the difference? A misdemeanor is a criminal offense for which you can only go to county jail for your jail time. You cannot go to prison. You got several misdemeanors. You got a lot of misdemeanors, but you don't have any felonies. If I put an ankle monitor on you, and by the way, the ankle monitor, my joke was, that comes from the felony court. They have a probation department. They control the ankle monitors. They're the ones that are going to put the ankle monitor on you. But they're not working today, so they're not going to put an ankle monitor on you today. Because the common police court, the big courthouse down in Ironton, is closed. There's nobody there. So it's going to be at least Monday before you get an ankle monitor placed.
Okay, Your Honor.
Okay. There's still more to come, so don't quit listening. If I put an ankle monitor on you, and if you leave, which you're going to have, there's not going to be barbed wire around you. You're going to be a facility where you can walk out and leave anytime you want. But it won't do any good with an ankle monitor on, because they're gonna know exactly where you are. They can come pick you up immediately, whenever they want to. The only way you can get away is to cut the ankle monitor off. That's hard to do, but it's possible to do. You can cut it off. If you cut it off, they're valued at about $2,000. It ruins it. And the adult probation, they get really mad. I mean, really mad when people cut their ankle monitors off. And they're going to file felony charges against you for cutting the ankle monitor off. And then that's going to take you out of my court, down to the main courthouse, which is the common police court, that can send you to prison. And they will send you to prison. Everyone that's done it, and there's been at least 5 or 6 who've done it, even after this speech, has gone to prison. So you may get a few weeks of, I mean, if you call that freedom, you'll have to be darting around, trying not to get arrested. But when you do get arrested, you are going to go to prison. I mean, and it's not going to be up to me. I'm not going to be the one that sends you. One of the judges at common pleas is going to send you, and there's been no exceptions. It doesn't matter if your grandma died, if your dog died, if you got sick. I mean, think of all the excuses you can think of why you had to cut your ankle monitor off. It's not going to matter. There's not going to be an excuse that's sufficient. So if you really want to go to treatment, then it doesn't matter, because you're going to stay there. And this is a good opportunity for you to get clean. But if you're thinking, I just want to get out of jail, and then I'm not going to do treatment, I'm going to blow it off and go do what I want to do, don't accept this deal. Just say, I'd rather stay in the county jail for a while than get this ankle monitor, cut it off, and then go to prison. Because the first person that's ever did this was, Terry's his first name. Anyway, Kim just went and picked him up. He just got out a couple weeks ago. He spent 3 years in prison for cutting his ankle monitor off. No joke. 3 years for cutting his ankle monitor off. And the reason he wanted to cut it off, there was a party in Charleston, West Virginia that he wanted to go to. And he cut it off and went to that party. And then it must have been a heck of a party for 3 years in prison. That's what he got. He's out now, but he actually spent 3 years in prison. And I had another guy that actually spent more than that, because he had additional charges that they looked at, and he got multiple years. I don't know. So anyway, that's a lot, but this is serious business. If you're really serious about going to treatment and you're going to stay there and do it, fine. Okay, but you know, I'm not kidding, and this is real serious business if you cut the ankle monitor off.
Yes, sir, I understand.
Okay, so I'll release you to RRS. Now something happens, they decide they don't want to take you, let's put him on the docket for Monday.
Okay.
And then that way we'll know for sure if he's going to go to treatment, but he's going to call and talk to you. The representative from RRS is going to call and talk to you. And then if they accept you, then you'll be, probably Monday sometime they'll pick you up, but it's not going to happen over the weekend. So you're going to spend Easter, in jail.
Your Honor, that is with the GPS monitor. Was that an OR bond or a cash bond?
I'll make it a $2,500. Okay, at this point, I'm going to set your bond, since you didn't do anything you had an OVI conviction, which that's serious business there, and you blew it off and you didn't do anything. So you're going to have to sit in jail unless you got $10,000 that you can come up with cash or surety for your bond. And then I'll change that to an OR bond on Monday when you get a GPS monitor replaced.
Okay, Your Honor.
Okay. Thank you.
And then we'll put it on the docket for Monday also. That's the 21st. For everything. We'll just put it on pre-trial for here then.
Yes, I'll be here.
Okay, the counselor's going to call and talk to you. Then I'll see you, or we'll talk about it again on Monday.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
State of Ohio versus Kevin M. Jordan, case number CRB 25213. Alexis Neese is on that.
Okay, this is Mr. Stratton's case, and we had her, well, okay.
I think it's,
I arraigned her by teleconference, so, and I appointed you probably.
actually, I believe Mr. Steiner has her on another case.
Oh, he does?
Yes.
But he's not here.
Oh, yeah,
She pled not guilty. I arraigned her on Wednesday, I think it was. She pled not guilty on a theft offense, and I set it for a pretrial today.
okay.
Now, the problem here, according to the affidavit, is she's got 3 other prior convictions from Walmart in West Virginia, so I set a $2,500 cash and surety bond on her. Do you want to talk, have you?
I have not
assuming
spoken
you
to
haven't
her.
talked to her?
No, I have not.
You want to talk to her?
Yes,
And then we'll
please.
recall it? All right, Ms. Jordan, your lawyer's going to call down and talk to you, then we'll recall it after that happens.
Okay.
State of Ohio versus Alexis J. Neese, case number TRD 22766, TRD 211431, TRD 183892, TRC 183327, TRC 191170, A, B, and C. Danny Sloan is on deck.
She was having problems with
Your Honor, if I may, this is the one that I had arrested at Carl Bowen's office on Monday for.
And failed to charge her.
We had trouble over the weekend with her not charging her monitor. They took her to common police court. They had ordered her to stay there and charge her monitor, and she left to go to an eye appointment and didn't tell anybody. She just up and just left. So I asked to have her bond revoked, and they placed her under arrest and took her to jail.
Judge, and I'm just finding this out this morning, I do know, well, I've been informed that she's been compliant, she's doing well in treatment, I don't know.
Except for not charging her.
Yeah, I was gonna say, except for this situation, I think the testing clean and doing what she's, but you could probably speak more to that.
Yeah.
I just learned that this morning, Judge, she didn't charge her monitor.
And according to Carl Bowen, when he called me, this is not the first time they've had trouble with her not charging her monitor. And there was nothing wrong with the charger or anything that would prevent her from charging it. She just is defiant not charging it, which is part of the rules and regulations of the ankle monitor.
And now I'm assuming it's been removed.
It has been removed, and their policy usually is if they have a problem with somebody, they will not put one back on them.
I'm not sure where we go from here, Judge, I know.
Well, I think the first thing would be to talk with her, and then
Yeah.
is the counseling center willing to take her back?
Absolutely.
And she's been in jail since Thursday? Monday. Oh,
Yes.
she got all, well, that's a cost. That's a penalty, so.
Yeah.
You want to talk to
I
her,
think
and I may
yes.
be open to letting her go back, or maybe not, but
I'll at least talk to her and see what
she got a penalty. You know, we can't let people do something and then like, well, I got my ankle monitor removed and nothing happened to me.
Yeah.
No, she spent pretty much a week in jail for messing up on her ankle monitor. Okay, your lawyer's going to call and talk to you.
And if the jailer could keep you out, I'm literally going to go in another room and call you right now.
State of Ohio versus Danny Sloan, case number CRB 22339, CRB 22318A and B, CRB 22542A and B, CRB 22574, and Christopher L. Smith is on deck.
Danny Sloan is, Tyler Smith's case is set for trial today.
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Hill and I had a phone conversation yesterday. Evidently, there's been an update to discovery. I received it today. Also, I have some discovery that I'm working on to give to Mr. Hill. So we're going to continue this trial. But talking to Mr. Hill, since Mr. Sloan's been in jail for a little bit, to maybe push this out a little longer, he's willing to agree to a bond to let him out. I think there's already a protection order. If not, we can enter one today to make sure. I don't think he's had any contact with her for a while. It's an old case, so.
Yeah, they're all 22 cases.
Yeah, I don't think that should be an issue, but if we can, that way I can meet with him, we can go over everything, and can set a trial date a little bit later.
Is it Laura Burcroft? Is that who you want the protection order from?
Your Honor, she has a civil protection order that's
Okay.
good through 2027.
Okay, so we don't necessarily need to do one then.
No, but, and these cases have been lingering for a long time, and we just had Mr. Sloan before the court just a couple of weeks ago, and it was already set for a trial. Well, we got four different charges that we need to make sure we have all of our evidence for, and that is a little bit of a challenge, seeing how the cases are as old as they are, but they continue to be serious. So we discussed allowing him to be released on an OR bond, but he's got to understand that another charge for interfering with Ms. Burcroft is not going to go very well with us as far as how we want to dispose of this. Likewise, I don't know how many days he's been in jail.
I don't know the day he went in.
He got arrested, well, at least he was arraigned on the arrest on March 28th, it looks like.
That's
been a while.
Yeah,
So if he wanted to just end all this today, he could plead guilty.
Time served.
Well, we'd want an additional suspended sentence, but he could get out of jail today.
Do you want to talk to your lawyer about that, or do you want to agree to it, Mr. Sloan?
I'd rather talk to my lawyer.
Can we just go ahead and do a bond today? I mean, I'd rather just be able to review the discovery first. I mean, I hate for him to, some of these might not be a case to plead to.
All right, I'm going to give you an OR bond. If you don't show up again, though, you're going to wind up getting arrested on the warrant initially, and then the next time, I won't be able to set an OR bond because you proved you wouldn't come back to court. So at least promise me you're going to come to court.
I promise you I will be there.
And where do you live now? So
I live in Proctorville, but I'm going to stay with either my mom or my sister for now because my place needs work. So my mom and my sister, they both live in Proctorville too, so I'll be in that area.
Mr. Sloan, I have your sister's number. Is that the same number you'll be using, or do you have a separate number?
Until I get out, I'll be using, you will be able to get a hold of me because that number, because that's where I probably will stay at.
Okay, well, when you get out, will you have access to your own phone?
Yeah, I got a phone, I pay monthly, but I just gotta pay it.
Okay, do you have a number for it? Do you know it?
Yeah.
All right, what's your number?
It's 740.
Okay.
819-1688.
Okay. And if you haven't had it turned on, I still have your sister's number to get in touch with you. As long as I can get in touch with you, set up a time for you to come in and meet with me and go over everything.
Yeah.
And then at that point, maybe we can actually probably maybe set for a pretrial, Your Honor, before we trial, because if we end up working something out.
Okay.
Let's do that instead of...
What's your schedule in May?
I'm actually now available May 6th. I'm here, I think, on the 2nd and 9th as well, but I had a jury trial that is
5th and 6th, because the 5th is Monday.
5th, okay. 5th and 6th is when I had a trial that went out now, so the 5th we could do.
May 5th.
Is this back for a pre-trial, Your Honor?
Pre-trials, no trial.
What's the amount of that bond, please?
2,500. OR. Okay, you gotta be here in Chesapeake. You're gonna be out on bond. You gotta come May 5th, or I'll have to issue a warrant for you.
I'll be there.
Okay.
All right, thank you, Your Honor.
10 o'clock, May 5th.
Okay.
State of Ohio versus Christopher L. Smith, case number CRA 25-8. Water Smith case.
I'm still getting a busy signal at the jail, Judge.
Okay.
So, Mr. Smith, I heard his name called.
This was an extradition matter to Indiana.
Correct, Judge. My client went up to Indiana. It didn't get resolved. He's hired counsel there from Indianapolis. It's in his phone and property. Fast forward to this past, 2 days ago, we saw Judge Ballard. He's got a felony that started here. It's now, he's been indicted pending there. And Judge Ballard gave him an OR bond with a lockdown ankle monitor. He's going to receive services through Amanda Rayburn, the VA. He's been in contact with Amanda Rayburn. He didn't get out Wednesday because this case is still pending. There's a hold on him. So that's where we're at, but I'm not sure how we resolve it.
I can't drop a warrant from Indiana.
And that's the problem. He went up there. You went to Indiana, correct, to Noble County, Indiana, Chris, right?
Yes, correct.
And you have now hired counsel out of Indianapolis, you told me?
Yeah, Woods attorneys involved out of Indianapolis is my counsel in Indiana because with you not being licensed there.
Right. Have you spoken to your counsel in Indiana recently?
Not this has been a year, but that's my very first call once I'm out today.
Okay. And what did you say the gentleman or the firm's name was in Indiana? Perhaps.
Woods attorneys involved.
Okay.
Has he filed something with the Indiana court to get the warrant withdrawn?
Not that I know of, Judge. Do you know if your lawyer's filed anything, or has he made an appearance on your behalf in that court?
I'm not sure, but I'm just prepared to go up there and meet with the attorney and just go from there. And we'll get this handled within probably 7 days. Because I'm over trying to play games up there, if that makes sense.
Well, they do say that they would accept a $500 cash bond. Can you post a $500 cash bond?
Yes.
I wonder if your mother could take care of that for you. Do you think she can do that?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Okay, I'll change it to a $500 cash only bond. And then when do you want to come back?
Judge, you should probably keep tabs on this. I'm here next Friday if it's not terrible on your calendar, or docket. Because obviously I want to see him out at the VA getting services, but it, of course, depends on what he does.
Okay, that's the 25th. So April 25th will be the next hearing. 10 o'clock, 500 cash only bond to the court. So
I'll get hold of his
I
mother.
closed early today, so we have to post it at the jail if the court's closed. They didn't close the jail, did they?
I hope not. Well, but I'll get a busy signal. Maybe they did. I tried to call.
They closed the main courthouse, and maybe they closed the jail.
I tried to call Alexis. It's busy. But yes, Judge, I'll get hold of I'll get hold of your mother and let her know what she's got to do.
Okay, I appreciate it.
All right, Chris.
State of Ohio recalls from, excuse me, Mr. Smith,
Oh,
Yes.
Ronald Calloway.
yes.
Orange County Jail, he asked you to have him recalled.
I did.
State of Ohio recalls Ronald Calloway from Orange County Jail, case number TRC 202682, A, B, and C, and Kevin Jordan will be on deck.
Hey, Phil, need you on this one.
I'll be back.
Okay. Judge, I was able to call down and I got through on this fellow and speak to him. I understand this is a first offense.
He's not on.
Oh, I should look.
Okay, now.
Okay, can you hear us?
Yes.
Okay. I called down and spoke with Mr. Calloway. I spoke with Mr. Heel. This is a first offense OBI from about 4.5 years ago, a driving under suspension in marked lanes. It's my understanding Mr. Heel would recommend upon a guilty plea to the OVI and the suspended driver's license, he would recommend the minimum jail time of 3 days. Of course, there'd be more time suspended, which would put him out of jail, I think Monday morning. He went in last night. Then we won't have to worry about the bond and coming back next week. And in return for that, the state would dismiss the marked lanes violation.
Is that correct?
That's correct, Your Honor.
Mr. Calloway, did you hear what your attorney said to the court?
Yes, sir.
Do you agree with it?
Yes, sir.
Do you have anything you want to say?
No, to be honest. I mean, I told him I was good with it, as long as I'm out Monday.
That's
Well,
going
you don't get to decide that, I get to decide
I thought
that.
that's the recommendation, yes, that,
Oh, yeah.
okay.
So it's not written in stone.
Right, right.
Right.
So, let me read into the record. Well, I've had a police report from what happened, so I'm going to read that into the record, and then if you want to make a response, you can. The officer says, I was dispatched to a one-vehicle crash that occurred on County Road 12. When I arrived, I found a Ford F-250 that was driven off the right side of the roadway and struck a mailbox, wooden sign, and a flower bed before coming to rest in a ditch. Trooper Cantor arrived on scene prior to my arrival. Trooper Cantor advised the driver was fidgety and had slurred speech. The driver was sitting down attempting to put dirt back into the flower bed that he had knocked out while driving through it. I found the driver to be Ronald L. Calloway II. I asked him to step over toward my patrol car. He consented to a pat down for weapons and was placed in the rear of the patrol car. I read Mr. Calloway's Miranda rights, and he said he understood them. I asked him what he had consumed prior to the crash. He advised he smoked some marijuana earlier that day and snorted a Loratab. He stated he snorted the pill because it works faster. I asked him if he would perform standard field sobriety tests, and he agreed. I administered horizontal gaze and nystagmus test. There was no clues for that. That's an alcohol test. Second test was walk and turn. He displayed 6 distinct clues of impairment on that test. Then I did the one-leg stand test. He displayed 3 distinct clues of impairment on that test. At the conclusion of the test, Mr. Calloway was placed under arrest for operating a vehicle while being impaired. He was searched, placed in a patrol car. He refused to provide a urine test. He was cited for OBI, driving under suspension, and failure to control. His pickup truck and he were released to a sober adult at the crash scene. Anything you want to say in response to that?
The test he done when I was on that, I told the officer, I've got my right foot, I can only feel part of it because I took skill saw to mark my big toe a few years back. So that was a lot of why the sobriety test, or the test looked the way they did. So it's hard for me to stay on it. Use that one foot feeling thing.
You don't think it had anything to do with you snorting Lortab?
I mean, I don't know if it's possible. I mean, I'm just saying that was probably part of some of the issues on the testing.
And then you didn't show up in court when you were ordered to either.
Yes, sir.
And that was because you were getting a divorce, and what was the other reason?
Well, I went through divorce and stuff, and I just, the paperwork, or wherever all that paperwork, I don't know what my ex-wife had done with it. That's the only reason, because if so, I had it on calendar, and I'd come to court.
Well, you think you might be a smart idea if you lost the paperwork to call the OSP or the court or somebody to find out when was I supposed to be in court, because I don't know if it occurs to you, but to me, it would seem like they're not going to forget about this just because I lost my paperwork.
Right, I understand your honor. That's just, I was in a bad place then. But I've been trying to improve and do better things ever since.
Okay, anything else you want to tell me?
I mean, other than wasting everybody's time for being goofy, that's about it.
Okay, well, that happens a lot. Okay, I'm gonna give you $1,000 fine because you refused to take tests, and that's my standard on that. And you didn't come to court, so you don't get any consideration. You gotta pay the court costs. I will give him a 3-year license suspension, but he got that starting the day of the incident, so it's already over.
Yes, Judge.
But you'll have to reinstate. I mean, your license isn't going to automatically reinstate. You'll have to do something, because Ohio's going to notify West Virginia if they haven't already, and you're going to have to do some things to get your license back. And probably one of the comforting things is, I think West Virginia is going to make you go to some sort of treatment program. From my understanding,
Prestera usually.
they don't care what we do. They'll accept it if I send you to treatment, but they're going to make you get into treatment before you get your license back in West Virginia if you have one of these offenses. Now, I'm going to sentence you to 20 days in jail, and I will suspend 24. I'm not going to give you that. I don't think you should wait 5 years and still get the minimum. I mean, if I do that, anybody would say, well, heck, I'll just wait. I won't go to court, and then he'll still give me the minimum once I show up, if I do ever show up. No, I'm going to double the minimum. You get double the minimum, so you're going to get 6 days in jail, where you probably could have got 3 before. So,
Your Honor.
No, don't, Your Honor me, because that's the way it's going to be. I'm going to double your community service, so there's got to be a penalty for not coming to court. So you got 3 extra days in jail, and you got an extra 30 hours of community service, because I'm going to make it 60 hours instead of 30 hours, which is what it would have been if you would have come to court back when you were supposed to. I won't require him to go to the driver intervention program, because West Virginia is going to basically require that anyway, before you can get your license back. I'll set a review hearing for you for October the 10th of next year. So if you go back to West Virginia, I don't know why you come to Ohio. This is a misdemeanor. I'll let you in on a clue. On misdemeanors, they won't come to West Virginia to get you. So if you're not going to do this, if you're just going to blow it off, you're going to wind up with a warrant. As long as you stay in West Virginia, you're good. But as soon as you come into Ohio, you're fair game, and you'll wind up going to jail over this again. So if you don't want to do it, just stay in West Virginia and never come to Ohio. There's your answer.
Yeah, I can't do it. I'll clear this up.
And Judge, you did go, you went into jail yesterday, is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. As far as, I guess, the credit towards the 6 days, he's spent a day in.
Well, once he's completed 6 actual days, he can be released whenever that is. You get 6 actual days, so whenever you came in, 6 days from then, you'll be released.
Okay.
Then he had, he was driving under suspension, wasn't he? Yes. So on the driving under suspension, I'll impose a $100 fine, 5 days in jail suspended, and an additional 18 hours of community service. Then he had a failure to control. I'll impose a $50 fine on that.
Was that knowledge, John, or was that?
The state was going to move to Nolly, but they didn't make a form.
It'll be Nolly.
All right. Thank you, Judge. Now we can cancel next Friday's pre-trial.
He has a review hearing on October the 10th. If you forget or lose your paperwork, well, you're not going to have any paperwork. You can call the court. If you have access to a smartphone, which almost everybody does, you can pull up the court's website and put your name in the record search. It'll show you what you're supposed to do and when you have to be back to court. There's no excuse for not coming to court. not knowing.
All right, where is the community service done at?
At the court, 7:30 a.m. any day but Sunday.
Okay.
State of Ohio versus Heaven M. Jordan, case number CRB 25-213, and Antoine Brown is on deck.
This is Mr. Stratton's case. Ms. Jordan is still in the jail.
Your Honor, she'll plead guilty to the theft charge. I understand the state's probably going to recommend credit for time, well, suspended time with credit and probation, so I just ask that the court accept that.
I want her tested.
Okay.
I'm sorry, Your Honor, I'm on the other case. What was that case number, please?
This is 25-213. All right, Ms. Jordan, do you agree you want to change your plea to guilty on the theft offense?
Yes.
Okay, I want you to do a urine screen. You've been there for a while, but it still may show something, so I want you to do a urine screen.
All right.
That's fine.
State of Ohio versus Antoine S. Brown, case number CRA 25-230.
Okay, this is an arraignment. Sir, are you Antoine S. Brown?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Brown, I'm Judge Capper at the Lawrence County Municipal Court, which is in Chesapeake, Ohio. You are appearing in court today for this hearing by virtue of a monitor and teleconferencing, so your image is appearing in the courtroom, and what you say and your image is all being recorded. So you have a right to remain silent. You don't have to say anything. You can remain silent if you want to, and you have a right to have a lawyer, and to have a lawyer appointed if you can't afford one. You have a right to have bail on this charge, and to make the state prove the charge beyond a reasonable doubt. Do you understand these things?
Yes, sir.
The state's alleging that at Union Township on April the 16th, you committed forgery by purposely defrauding or facilitating a fraud, issued a check knowing it had been forged. That?
I didn't know it was forged.
Okay, I'll take that as a not guilty plea. Do you want a lawyer appointed to represent you?
Yes, sir.
Do you have a job?
No.
You have no income?
No. And I started a job last week. I'm supposed to start it this week, but I'm in jail.
Okay. Mr. Stratton?
Yes.
I'll point you.
Is that a felony, Your Honor?
Yeah. You think it'll go, or? Of course.
Oh, I don't care.
You wouldn't get it if you went to the felony court anyway.
Your Honor, I don't care it's a felony, I just was asking the question.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I just didn't.
You'll take the appointment?
Yeah, I'll take the appointment, yeah.
All right.
Forgery.
It is an F5 forgery. All right, I've appointed Mr. Stratton to represent you. Mr. Brown, I've got an address for you of Hal Greer Boulevard, Huntington.
Yes, sir.
That's correct?
Yes.
State's position on bond.
I can do.
I'm asking the prosecutor what he wants for a bond for you. And it's, what, over $3,000, I think, wasn't it?
The state would request a $2,500 cash surety.
I'm going to set your bond at $2,500 cash or surety, and what that means is if you've got $2,500 in cash, you can post that with the clerk, and you'll get it all back as long as you come to all of your hearings.
Yes, sir.
If you can't post $2,500, I'll let you use a surety, which is a bail bondsman. You pay the bail bondsman a fee, then the bail bondsman guarantees that you're going to come to court, or they'll pay the $2,500, and they don't usually like to pay $2,500, so then they'll come track you down and throw you in a car and take you to jail if you don't show up for your court hearing.
I have a question. So my people will come to the courthouse and pay 250?
No. 2,500, I'm not accepting 10%. You can pay, usually the bail bondsman, it's up to them, but usually the rule of thumb is 10%. So they can pay the bail bondsman $250.
Okay, is there any way I can get a hold on?
There is no way you can get an OR bond.
Okay.
Your Honor, maybe we can set this for Monday.
Okay. And state for an actual preliminary or just for status?
Set it for prelim.
Can the state be ready by then? Or?
Well, I don't know, and the reason is because the individual who signed the affidavit, and this is an employee of the bank, where the check was attempted to be cashed. So we could try to have her Monday.
Let's
We
just
could
set it for Friday.
Okay.
That's the 25th.
25th, okay.
Next hearing is April 25th. Do you want to talk to the bail bondsman then, Mr. Brown?
Yes, sir, I have been talking to one, I'm gonna talk to one when I get off here.
Oh, okay. All right. Could I possibly get a phone number from you, Mr. Brown?
304, my number or my fiance?
Just whatever number to reach you.
360-2252-304.
Okay, thanks.
Okay, if you make bond, then you have to come to court in Chesapeake on next Friday at 10 o'clock.
Okay.
That's all.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
State of Ohio recalls Alexis J. Neese of the Lawrence County Jail, case number TRD 22766, TRD 211431, TRD 183892.
Mr. Smith.
Yes, Judge, I finally got through and spoke to Alexis, and she was explaining about the situation with the pigtail to the charger, but she seems sincere and remorseful. She says she's doing really well in counseling. She'd like to get back if at all possible, and I think you all are willing to take him back. Is she doing okay?
Yeah, she was doing just fine in services. It wasn't compliance with group or any of that. It was just, she was struggling with the monitor.
And I told her she could address the monitor situation better, because get it directly from her or what have you.
Well, what's the state's position on it?
Well, I don't believe that the probation department will put another GPS monitor on it.
I agree.
So, I mean, I don't know how you reward that behavior.
Well, she's been in jail since Monday, so that's not exactly a reward.
Yeah.
But if we let her out now without a GPS monitor, then we don't know what's going to happen. There's a reason why we put the GPS monitor on her in the first place.
That's true. But all of her cases are misdemeanors.
They are, and I just hate to see her sit, I get it. I'd like to see her in treatment because she seems to be doing well this time.
I would agree. I would not even consider releasing her if she was getting a bad report or a different report from the counseling center.
And I wouldn't argue on her behalf, Judge, if that was the case.
So, I can be proven wrong. Maybe she'll bolt. I don't know. I've been proven wrong before. But if you bolt, you're just going to get a warrant, and then the next time, I'll be a little smarter.
Yes, sir.
You'll just have to stay in jail. I'm sorry?
I want to say I'm very sorry for my actions, and I do understand that what I did that was not right. I should have never left probation, and I should have had that monitor charged. And I just want to say I truly am sorry. I take accountability for my actions.
Okay.
But I'm doing really well with treatment, and I really do want to go back.
I want you to go back. I want you to be successful. I want you to get in recovery and stay in recovery and have a great life, and all your family prosper, and they not have to deal with the issues of your substance use. Who's responsible for that?
Me?
Yeah. You got to make better decisions. I don't know how. I mean, I guess it's just me. If I had been in counseling or treatment with an ankle monitor, how I would be sitting at adult probation at the courthouse and think, hey, I can just leave because I got an appointment and I'm not going to tell anybody or get permission. I'm just going to do it because that's what I think I should do. I don't see how, I would not, that would not even occur to me. I don't get that. Start using your brain. That just doesn't make any sense. Be accountable. Okay, I'm going to take a chance, but I'm going to be really hacked off if you leave. And when you come back, you're going to go to jail for quite a while if you leave treatment. Okay, good. Good. I don't want you to leave. I'm just telling you the consequences if you do.
Yes, sir.
So there's no doubt about it. Okay, I'll order her release to the counseling center. You can get her today.
Yes.
You'll be picked up today, go back to the counseling center. Then we'll come back.
Let's set it the 25th.
Yeah, let's just keep the day. She's on for the 25th.
I'm already on for that
I'll
day.
see you in a week. Hopefully with a good report and that you stayed in treatment and done what you're supposed to.
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Yeah, of course. You're welcome.
Now, we do have one recall, but we're not ready for that yet.
Okay.
So we can start preliminary here. State of Ohio versus Nicholas Atkins, case number CRA 24294, CRB 24295, CRB 24293.
Where were you treating that? So your insurance is run out. He was an OVP, he's got an insurance situation, it has run out, so.
I started work and I don't qualify for insurance anymore. And I can't get it through my work until I'm there for 30 days, which is next week. It's my 30-day mark.
So what do you propose, Mr.?
Well, Judge, you said, would you have by next Friday?
Yeah, this coming week I'm supposed to meet with the insurance guy at my work.
If we could pass, I don't know what else to do. He always shows up, and he was doing very well at OVP. I know Bree's not here today.
Well, I would suggest then that we come back after the time in which he's able to get his insurance.
Next Friday should be fine. You're getting next week.
Why don't we do, can we do?
28th, I've got a week-long trial in front of Judge.
Okay, we'll do the 25th.
Okay.
April 20th is going to be a busy day. April 25th will be the next one.
State of Ohio versus Michelle Ava, case number CRA 2595, CRB 2596.
It's a good report.
She's doing very
Good
well.
job.
Thank you.
Where's Deepwater, West Virginia?
Fayette County? West
Oh,
Virginia?
Fayette?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sounds right.
I've been there, but I've never been to Deepwater. I've been to Fayette.
You might have been there and just didn't know.
Well, that's true.
It's out in the sticks.
Oh.
Somebody wanted me to go there tomorrow and ride a bicycle for 50 miles. I said, no. I know it's not going to be flat, and I don't want to do 50 miles. It's going to be up and down. So, another month?
That'd be fine, Judge. I'm here the 16th or 19th of May.
19th?
That would work.
There is a pending theft charge from Walmart. So that needs to be resolved.
Judge, she'll enter a plea to the Walmart theft.
Okay.
I believe we have a long-term plan for her. as
Yes,
well.
so that won't affect her, that'll be fine.
Well, let's just go ahead and sentence on that, and then on the felony, if you're successful in treatment, that's going to be dismissed at some point, but the theft won't be, so. Is there anything you want to tell me about the theft?
I mean, I did. I was.
You were there with a gentleman, correct?
Yeah.
I also
Two
have a
of
gentleman.
He's the one that's gained 50 pounds.
He is, yes.
Yeah. I did do that.
Is he from Deepwater, West Virginia also?
No, he's from Summersville.
Okay.
The big city.
It's pretty.
That's not fair.
No, I'm not sure what, Nicholas County maybe?
You gotta go up 19 to get to Summersville.
That's a Nicholas.
Okay. Been to Somersville, I've been to
Richwood.
Richwood, yeah, Richwood.
Somersville has a great lake, Your Honor,
Yeah.
for bass fishing.
Yes, they do.
Okay, is there anything you want to tell me about this before I sentence you?
I mean, I did shoplift from there and get caught.
Okay. Well, just for my own information, you're from Deepwater, West Virginia. Why would you come to South Point, Ohio to go to Walmart?
That's just my hometown. I'm actually from all over West Virginia, really, up and down, so. I was in foster care a lot. I had 12 different families, so it's
Okay.
all around.
You were in Huntington then for a while?
Yeah. We would stay in Summersville and we would go to Huntington for drugs.
Did you go to Huntington for treatment ever? Just to get-
Once, to Prestera, I think, but I think it was Prestera. But I left
That's
after
one
like
of
3
the
days.
agencies.
Yeah.
That's one of the things I say. People come to Huntington to get drugs and get off drugs, and sometimes they jump back and forth between those two things. So we get a spillover here. A lot of people spill over into our county.
Yeah. That's what happened.
But I'm glad you're getting clean. I mean, you look great.
Thank you.
I remember you and, was this guy your boyfriend or
Yeah.
friend? Okay. He looked awful the first time he came in. I mean, he was scrawny. I mean, he looked sickly, and he looks really healthy now. So you both are doing really well. So congratulations on that, but you gotta keep working at it. You know, it's gonna be a thing you gotta work at from now on. You can't just say, okay, I'm done, don't have to work at it anymore. No?
Yeah, that's why I plan on going to sober living after treatment.
Okay.
Trying to ease my way back into life without drugs.
And get a job, go to school, all that, what are you gonna do?
I'm not 100% yet. I did start college years ago, but I obviously didn't finish. I'm just not sure yet. I'm just putting
Okay.
everything in God's hands at this point.
You got any kids?
I do.
Where are they?
My two oldest are with the father and the father's dad and stepmom, and my two youngest are adopted.
Okay. So you can still see the oldest kids?
Yeah, if I complete treatment, they said I would have to get clean first.
Okay. Well, there's another reason to do it.
Yeah.
And we'll work on reunification and stability with housing and education or employment, whatever that is. She's home now, so we'll take care of her.
Where's the court that has jurisdiction over the issues with your children?
I lost my rights to my children, but I have seen pictures of my two youngest ones.
Which county was that?
That was in Charleston. It was Kanawha County. Yeah.
To both of them, or just the ones that were adopted?
All four of them.
Okay.
But the father's mom or stepdad or dad and stepmom have my two oldest that I do know. They said as long as I was to get clean, I would be able to see them.
Okay. So you got a hope of restoring that relationship.
Absolutely.
Anyway, so. Okay. Another reason to be motivated to stay clean. Okay, well, you're on the right path, I think. Congratulations, and we'll see you back on May 19th. Keep doing what you're doing.
Thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
State of Ohio recalls Kevin and Jordan at the Lawrence County Jail.
Are we sentencing the theft?
Were you going to sentence her on
I
the...
forgot, we did a guilty plea, we delayed sentencing or,
I don't have the fine or the.
okay. Yeah.
Okay, $100 fine, now suspended if you complete treatment, or you pay court costs. I'm going to make it 30 days in jail, 30 days suspended. I will have you do community service at some point in your treatment. You can wind up doing some community service. I'll order you to stay out of Walmart.
Yes, sir.
And so that, it'll be for review on the 96 case, 2596, on the 19th, and preliminary hearing on the felony.
How many days community service, Your Honor? I'm sorry.
5.
5. Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
State of Ohio recalls Kevin and Jordan at the Lawrence County Jail, case number CRB 25-213.
Okay, she's negative.
Okay, good.
Okay, Ms. Jordan, anything you want to tell me? What's the state? If you look at the affidavit, the only thing about this is, according to the affidavit, she got priors from 3 different Walmarts. And that was one of the reasons I thought she might be positive, and she's been in jail now since the 14th. But she's clean, her screen was clean.
So, well, we, of course, want to give her credit for the time she's been in jail, and I don't know, we wouldn't take any position on whether that stands in lieu of community service or not, or the amount of time.
Anything you wish to say, Ms. Jordan?
I just do apologize, is all I can say.
Your Honor, just ask for suspended time and probation.
Okay, I'll impose a $100 fine and court costs.
That's fine.
30 days in jail. I'll give you credit for 4 days served. 26 suspended. I'm going to order 60 hours of community service since you've got the prior convictions. 2 years of level 4 probation. Order you to stay out of Walmarts. I'm going to have you come back sooner because of the priors for a review. We'll make it in June. June 20th will be your first review hearing at 9 o'clock.
Got her finished at the Lawrence County Jail.
Okay, that finishes up at the jail.
State of Ohio versus Buddy E. Malone, case number CRB 25-135, CRA 25-133, CRB 24-820, A and B.
It's Mr. Smith's case,
It is, Judge.
and I have a report from OVP.
I don't know if he checked in.
He's
Oh, okay. There he is.
Telecom.
I should look up.
He's going to complete at OVP on the 24th, according to he is compliant. So what's the plan after you leave OVP? Can you hear me? Oh, your audio's not coming through. Let me see if your video's here. I'm going to ask here we go. Okay.
Can you hear me now, Judge?
I can, yes.
Okay, I said, I'm gonna stick with, outpatient at OVP if it's okay with the court.
state take any position?
Your Honor, he has a new indictment in common pleas court, and it is for unauthorized use of a vehicle. I don't know if he's been arraigned yet on that.
I don't think I've been appointed on that.
He's got a whole slew of charges here that, one of them is the identity fraud from March the 1st, along with the theft from Walmart.
Can you tell if he's been summoned then, or what the?
Yeah, well, let's see.
Were you aware of the new charges in common pleas, buddy?
No.
Okay.
Are you talking about Walter's court?
No, it'd be in front of Judge Ballard or Judge Finley, one of the two. Apparently, there's a new charge you've been indicted on. The prosecutor's looking to see if you've been summoned or...
It may have started at Judge Waldo's court.
Yeah, it could have.
It did.
I mean, I went to court for that when on the 27th, while I was already here at 30 feet, and they're supposed to be taking it to the grand jury, I believe.
Okay, well, that makes sense. Sounds like they've done that. So hang on just a second. We're going to check, see if you have an arraignment date. Because depending on which judge gets it, I may or may not be reappointed to your case.
Okay.
Well, this is a possession of drugs charge. That may have been... Yeah, that was concluded. This just looked at that yesterday evening.
Maybe it's going next week.
No, I could have sworn I looked at it on the...
Because I know you've got grand jury next week.
Yeah. Well, I wrote a note that he had that charge. I don't know where I got that from at this point. But nonetheless, he's got several charges from here, and they're all misdemeanors except for one. And we don't have any recent information from the victim of the first set of charges, which is a domestic violence and unauthorized use. And then the second set of charges was identity fraud, that's the felony, and theft from Walmart. So what we'd like to do is just hold on to all these and come back in a fairly short time period.
I agree, Judge. That's probably the best course of action, see what happens in Ironton.
And you're supposed to be finishing up at OVP the 24th?
Yes, Your Honor.
That's next Thursday.
Yeah, and I know Friday, the 25th is getting crowded, but I'm here the 2nd or 5th of May, if that's a better date for your
Well, we
calendar.
probably should get in here sooner than later.
Or I can do this coming Monday.
How about, probably the 25th or 28th, we should, the 28th you're not available.
That's the week I'm going to be, I am here next Friday. And I'm also here.
Let's do the 25th. It's going to be busy docket. Okay, you got to be in court on, you're getting released on Thursday, you got to be in court on Friday.
I have the case.
Okay.
The 25th. You know where to come
It's hard to
to.
go back and forth on that computer screen.
You know
What is it?
You know where to come to for court in Chesapeake?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. And where are you going to be going once you are released?
I'm back out to my mom's.
Okay. And you got transportation to get to court?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. It's really important that you come because you got these other charges. It sounds like you've been indicted by the grand jury. And if that's the case, you need to be here. We can figure out when you're supposed to go to court in Ironton, because the worst thing you could do would be not to show up when they want you to, and then that doesn't lead to good results. Probably to get arrested.
I'll be there, Your Honor. I've been at this for a while. I just want to get it all behind me and just move on with my life. You know what I mean?
Okay. Well, to do that, you need to be here next Friday, the
I'll be
25th, 10 o'clock at the court.
I'll be there.
Okay,
Thank you, Judge.
you're welcome.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
State of Ohio versus Kara Hearn, case number CRA 2381.
Your Honor.
Kara,
Kara's not here. She actually had to work today, which she's been doing very well. I mean,
Good.
I hope
How's working now?
No, it's freezing. It's a fast food
Yeah,
from
it's-
town.
You want to hold her?
I think it's, I believe so.
Yes.
She's working for several months now and is doing really well. She's actually completed everything it does, but continues to come just for accountability and have people reach out to. So
Okay.
it's been a long battle, but
Yeah.
she's
Really
doing
long.
really well.
yeah,
I'm just opened up one of her urine screens back in 23.
yeah.
A little,
She continues to screen clean. She's involved with her
really
child.
dirty.
Yeah. So she's doing really, really well. We're really proud of her.
Really well.
Okay. Is it time to dismiss it, or what do you want to do?
I think maybe.
I would love to dismiss it, but I would like her to be here just so that she can feel what that feels like.
Okay.
That's fair.
Do we have any idea when she can be available?
When is, I don't, but when is hers? Do you know her schedule?
It changes. If we can maybe go out a couple weeks, that way I could give her time to request off maybe.
Okay. How about, now, are you the one that can't do the 12th?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's almost no cases that,
Oh, the 12th's the best, huh?
16th,
Okay.
May 16th.
Thank you so much, Your Honor.
I have a trial that day, so it's probably going to settle, and I'll be free that day anyway.
We got 4 pre-trials that day so far. Everything else is in the teens and 20s.
Yeah.
State of Ohio versus James Sark, case number TRC 24897, A, B, and C.
Mr. Stratton's case.
Your Honor, we were talking about.
For a good report.
Yeah. Good report.
They sent one too, but I have an actual copy of it.
Okay. Did you not get that in the, did you get a report, Your Honor?
Well, let's see, I've got something.
Should have the
Looks
current.
like a screens.
And here's one.
Are good.
Yeah. Is this the narrative?
I have no idea.
No, this is current diagnosis. Okay. He has it. So you're good. Your Honor, we talked about if you had a good report this time that we were going to go ahead and complete it today, I believe.
Well, it's got, in the top, it's got 4/18/25, but the report is actually old. It's from February, now that I look at it. Yeah, these are screens from February.
Back button, get to the screens.
Your Honor, there's should be something listed as
Was it
progress report.
emailed to me or what? Because this is a paper document, somebody's handwritten 4/18/25 on the top corner, but when I go to look at it, it's actually a report from February. It's
May I approach, Your Honor?
Yes.
Just want to see what you have there.
This,
Yes, this should be dated 3/25.
this is 2/1/25 to 2/28/25.
It's cut off on the bottom there, it looks like. If you look right here, Your Honor, on this, it's dated 3/25, and it should be the same document, but it's like cut off, but I'll let you, he said that, I'll let you look at that. Sorry, Your Honor.
Okay, can you print this off and put it in the file?
Yes.
Because it's the same form, but it is a new report.
Yes.
I don't know how. Send it.
Yes.
Okay. So we're approaching a year now.
Yes.
How's the state going to proceed?
Let's do it this way. That'll work.
So we have a current report?
Well, I saw it on the phone, they haven't, it appears to be a new report.
My notes indicated that
Take a minute to sign it.
sentencing next time, he needs a good report. Because there were some issues about, I guess his work was causing him to miss group sessions or something.
Yeah, we were talking just about having a good report this time.
So if the court were to go ahead and sentence him today, it's a second offense, but he's committed himself to being in treatment and hopefully working towards a successful conclusion of that. If the court would sentence him today based on the state guidelines, we would recommend delaying the imposition of any jail time and let him finish his treatment successfully, and then at that point, if he's successful, we could recommend not actually have jail time imposed.
Okay.
Yes, Your Honor.
Well, let me read the report into the record and then see if he wants to make any statement. This is State Highway Patrol report, May 5th, 2024, so it's been almost a year. I was traveling, the trooper speaking, west, US 52. I observed the defense vehicle travel across the white line once, and as I was approaching Township Road 508, travel across the perforated line, corrected back into the right lane. I initiated my lights, vehicle pulled over, made a driver's side approach, contact with the driver. I could immediately smell strong odor of alcohol coming from the vehicle. I asked for his license and registration, and he provided it. The driver was identified as James Sarton, asked where they were coming from. He said they were coming from Huntington. Where in Huntington? He said they were coming from the Lantern Bar. At this point, due to the odor of alcohol coming from the vehicle, I asked him to step out and walk back to my cruiser. While in the cruiser, he stated he picked them up from the bar, was taking them home. He stated he did not consume alcohol that night. As he was talking, I could smell odor of alcohol coming from his person. I advised him I was going to check him to make sure he was okay to drive. Heading for horizontal gates and nystagmus. There was validated clues on that test. Second exercise was walk and turn. There were validated clues observed on this exercise and on the one-leg stand. I gave him a portable breath test, which he agreed to take, and it was 126 DAC. He was arrested, transported to the patrol post. BAC on that was 142. citation. I don't have it. I don't think I've got a printout for that. No, I don't. The officer just says there was a prior in 2024. Was it here? Where was the prior?
What was your prior?
In Ironton.
No, I do have it. I do have it right now. I didn't think I did. Looks like 2/22/24. You got a Kentucky license.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay, so now we've got the, they printed the report.
She was right on it, Your Honor. As soon as I sent it to her, she printed it out and brought it right in.
They're saying this 6 months, June 5th, 25 is tentative. It says tentative compliance. I assume that means tentative completion. He did 2 makeup groups and went from 12 hours behind 8 hours. He will need 4 more makeup groups hours. They had 3, 25, 25. Okay. All right, anything you want to say on this?
Anything you want to say?
No.
No, Your Honor.
Okay, on the ODI, the second offense was a 1-4. I understand the minimum is going to $500 here shortly. I have to go to some sort of seminar to figure out
I got the
what
cheat
all the new
sheet.
changes are.
I got the cheat sheet, but I haven't really studied it enough to memorize it.
That's already taken, is that already taken effect, John?
I don't know.
It has, but it's only on charges after that date, I believe. Well, we're arguing about that.
Yes, because this is from a year ago. So.
Yes, yes.
Okay, I'll impose a $750 fine. I think that's sufficient. It's a second offense, so that's why you're getting a high fine. Court costs, license suspension, I'll make it a year, so that's going to be up pretty soon. You'll have to do some stuff to reinstate though. We won't automatically reinstate, so you'll have to talk to the Kentucky BMV, DMV, whatever they call it over there. 30 days in jail, I'll suspend 20. I'm not going to impose, I'm going to hold off imposing the jail time to see what you do on your treatment. If I'm convinced, here's the thing, I want to be convinced this isn't ever going to happen again. You're not going to put yourself or anybody else out here, or my loved ones, or anybody else on the highway at risk by driving under the influence anymore. If that happens, then I won't give you the jail time. If I'm not convinced, then 10 days in jail. I am going to urge you to do 60 hours of community service. You can start on that. If you want to do May 3rd, you get 2 days knocked out for doing one. It's a Saturday.
Okay.
Complete treatment at ARC. That's where you're going now, right?
Yes. And I have talked to them. I'm going to continue after completion. Because
Do whatever you need to do to stay.
It's helping me get to see my kids more, so that's more important to me than anything.
2 years of level, we can make it level 3 probation with a review hearing. I won't see you as often as I have been, but I still don't want to wait till October, so let's make it July. July 7th will be your first review hearing. And then, let's see, what else did he have? He had a driving air suspension too. Yeah. And It's the jailable, mandatory jail type, so that's a $250 mandatory minimum fine, so I'll impose that. No court costs because you get them on the other case. 10 days in jail, suspend 7. I'll hold off on imposing the jail time to see what you do on your treatment. So you've got 13 days of jail. You know, according to the legislature, I'm supposed to, at minimum, give you 13 days in jail for this.
I understand.
So you gotta convince me that you've changed, turned over a new leaf that's ain't gonna happen before I'm not gonna give you the jail time. And, I'll add 30 hours of community service to this too. Same review hearing date, July 7th.
All right.
And then the last charge was a lane violation, $10 fine. Go talk to Mr. Major before you leave. Be back here July 7th for, well, it'll still be a preliminary hearing and review. But he still has the felony penalty.
Yes. Do we want to resolve the felony now? No, okay.
All right, now, I want to keep it pending over his head, so I'm not going to dismiss it until he completes treatment. He hasn't, I mean, they haven't said he's completed yet.
Okay. All right, thank you, John.
You're welcome.
So go see him. Go, on the left.
State of Ohio versus Ashley Wallace, case number CRB 24597.
Mr. Stratton says.
You took another pass at this, isn't it? So, Your Honor, we're doing something a little bit different. Ashley has, one thing about Ashley is that she admits when she's wrong, okay? And admits when she takes that step back, okay? And she had a relapse a couple of weeks ago, but I think she has developed a plan of taking the Vivitrol shot, which, if she takes a drink, will make her sick. So we had talked about continuing what she's doing, not going to inpatient because she does have a special needs child that she's taking care of. This might be the incentive that keeps her away from taking a drink or falling back. And then I've also mentioned that if the court wanted to put her on an alcohol bracelet also, we've done that before. But I think the Vivitrol is going to be enough to, if she takes a drink, she's going to be sick. So I don't think that's going to happen.
What's your recommendation?
She does have a special needs child, and this isn't our first relapse, so we've had several. And we're trying to figure out a plan that she can stay at home to take care of her child, but if this doesn't work, our only other option is going to be residential. So we're hopeful, as long as she stays on the medication regimen, tests like she's supposed to, and is honest and forthcoming, that this is the answer.
Okay.
And I think she's been honest and forthcoming.
We'll try this route. 19th of May?
Yes.
May 19th will be the next hearing, and it'll be on the docket of the Senate.
Thank you, Judge. Thank you, Your Honor.
State of Ohio versus William Leroy Tony on a recall, case number CRB 24432.
What's the name? I'm sorry.
It's for review.
Your name don't show on the documents in the file.
He's already pled and it was on a review. He's still got community service. He was ordered to be out of community service. He missed it. He says he had an issue with your vehicle. Paris.
But I have my wife sitting right there, she'll keep my ass, but I'm sure need more community service.
He'll be here tomorrow.
I'll be here all day, they don't need to do it.
I'll make sure.
It's too late now. He'll be here tomorrow.
7:30, correct?
7:30. Next hearing. And you shouldn't be here for your next hearing because you're going to get this done. He's got 3 days of community service he needs to get done for his next hearing. If he does it, he can quit coming to these hearings.
Oh, I know, trust me, I know.
Okay?
I'm not happy with it.
I'll give you plenty of time, May 30th. Get it done and go on with your life.
You won't see me back here again unless we cut grass.
Okay, May 30th is your next hearing, you can be released. Okay, court's adjourned.
They have plenty of grass to cut right now.
Yeah.